welcome to another episode of Speculation Sunday. We got a lot to talk about today. So much going down in the news and so much change at the theme parks. Today we will be talking about Disneyland, Knottsbury Farm, Universal Studios Hollywood, and where things are going in the near future and speculate on a whole lot of that. Today we got Just As Danny in the house. How you doing, Danny?
Good. It's early. Early for us.
Yeah, we normally do Speculation Sunday around 5, but today we're firing it up a little bit early. You know, things are all happening this week with Christmas and everything going on with that. But I just want to say thank you for all the people that have joined us on this early Speculation Sunday. Hope you guys all had a wonderful week. It has been cold. Has it been cold where you're at, Danny?
Absolutely. I've had to have the heater on.
Yeah, me too. I actually went to Costco and bought it looks like a little saddle, like a shield, I guess. That heater is like much needed, dude. I just needed something. It felt like blankets were cutting it, man.
Yeah, I doubled up blankets, still wasn't cutting it.
Yeah. But what's up, everyone? Thank you guys for joining. Good morning on this beautiful Sunday. I want to start off with the Q&A and just what questions do you guys got on anything that's going on with theme parks? Hope you guys are all getting your Christmas shopping done. I could just imagine how nuts that's going to be this week. I feel like it's just always been hard, especially all the people that are buying anything to have it shipped. I heard there's a lot of delays with that, Danny.
Yeah, no, it's true. If you really wanted something like in demand, like maybe like a phone or like a tech product or something, or like a really popular toy, you probably would have had to have ordered it like in like November, like early November.
Yeah, it's crazy. Big Avocado, safe travels, Big Avocado.
She's headed to El Paso.
Heck yeah. Juan Andrade says, get your popcorn ready. Got a lot to talk about today. I'm just reading through the comments real quick. I do have a cobija with El Tigre, but it's still cold, dude. It's still cold. I feel like Anaheim has been hitting like 40s, like low 40s. And that's cold, man.
The other day I woke up, it was 36.
That's like Big Bear status, dude.
I know.
We got Darlene Roberts with the super chat. Darlene, hope you're having a wonderful trip. Merry Christmas, everybody, in the Five Fires family. I'm here on the 54th floor of my hotel in New York City. You must have an amazing view. That's pretty high. Getting ready to go to lunch, but I need a little speculation. 5 Christmas trees.
5 Christmas trees.
Merry Christmas, Darlene. Wow. How cold is it where you're at in New York? I could just imagine.
Probably like nothing. Let me see. It's probably like 2 degrees.
Yeah.
Let me check right now. Dude, it's 80 degrees right now in Walt Disney World.
80 degrees, man. I do want to say I enjoy the cold because there was a long time where I was just like, I just want to wear a sweater, and you could never wear a sweater out here in California. It was always hot.
It's currently 38 degrees in New York.
38? Oh wow, that's not that bad. Peter, our speculation on Spider-Man No Way Home at Avengers Campus went down the drain. We'll talk about that. We will definitely talk about that. Let me see. I'm just reading. Here in Vegas, 32 degrees. Wow. Oh my god.
That desert trapping in the cold.
Wow. That's crazy. We got Manny and Jessica saying Marvel movies are moving towards a more comic book like feel. I'm going to say Sony. Not I don't know about Disney Marvel. Think we'll feel more like that at Avengers Campus, more classic characters in classic costumes.
Nope.
Disney's all about, remember when they made the move of Spider-Man was classic. and then Disney transitioned him into this new Avenger campus look, and they never looked back. They've never gone back
Yeah.
to that original.
Disney doing anything in their theme parks, it's always whatever their version is. They're never gonna go. If they did Avengers Campus with like the classic X-Men or anything, it would have been an absolute popular, success. But they don't want that to be successful. They want their version to be successful.
And that applies to everything you see in Galaxy's Edge as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same concept. We want you better enjoy Kylo Ren. We don't talk about Darth Vader no more.
Yeah. Luke Skywalker, we don't know him. It's only Rey.
Yeah, even though like Darth Vader was like one of the most popular things in Tomorrowland. He brought a lot of crowds to Tomorrowland. What's up, like it is? Darlene also says, Danny, I wish I could bring you those pretzels back from New York. They're 3 times the size of Disneyland.
Yeah, she sent like these pictures of these pretzels that were just the most amazing looking things I've ever seen. So good.
Big Avocado says, is 82 degrees in Tucson? Me with nothing but sweaters. Oh my gosh. That's like you total opposite. You're ready for the cold and it's just hot. 82 degrees. My goodness. We got Henry. What's up, Henry? Nice seeing you on Main Street, my friend. Good seeing you on Friday, my friend. Fire Bush. Happy Friday to the doctor. Yes. But before we get... And churros are back. We got to hit that with the first horn. Today is the actual day of the doctor. It's his birthday. I want to wish the Churro King himself a happy birthday. I don't know if he's in the live stream, but I hope he gets to watch it at some point in time. But I think he's going to try to make it out to Disneyland. And I told him to hit me up whenever he goes out. I want to meet him. I have yet to meet him in person. Some other people have met him in person. But Doctor, happy birthday to many more, my friend. To many
Happy
more.
Birthday, Raul. Happy birthday.
Raul.
Churros on us.
Yeah. One more time for the Doctor. And churros are back. Do you think they'll do changes in Avengers for the Doctor Strange movie? Hell yeah!
Yeah, 100%.
We'll get into that one, Anthony. Very good question. Very good question. Hortensia, hit that like button, everybody. Do not forget to hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. Let me see. Adventures with the Super Chat. Oh, dude. Heck yeah. Adventures with the Zhang Fam. Churros and beers. Happy holidays to the both of you and the Five Fire community. Thank you guys for always sharing amazing content. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Adventures with the Zhang family. You guys are so kind. Man, Merry Christmas. We're already in that mode now. Merry Christmas, my friend. Merry Christmas. Did you hear about the lawsuit? We'll get into that today, too. That's a very big topic I want to talk about. And all the details of that. What's up, John Boos? How you doing?
We got a super chat from Jar Jar Bougie.
The Bougie? I don't have no Bougie, but let me hit that horn, though. Bougie. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Damn, are we in the metaverse? It's early. Gotta wish the doctor happy birthday. Hope you're having an awesome weekend, Jar Jar Bougie. Man, stay warm, my friend. Let me see. The Jedi Princess says, I think they'll finally add Wanda to Avengers Campus after the Doctor Strange movie comes out. I believe so. Man, there's so much to mention about that.
I want to say in some movie coming up, Wanda's going to be the villain because she's kind of going towards that. And then on Villains Night at DCA, they're going to have Wanda as a villain.
Like that'll be the debut.
Her debut will be like villain Wanda.
Damn. Was Wanda ever a hero though? She
Mhm.
was in the Avengers, the Avengers trilogy, I guess you could say, Avenger Infinity or no, Endgame and all that stuff going down. It's been so
Yeah.
long since I've seen those movies. It's
Civil
crazy.
War. Civil War. She was on a weird side for Civil War too.
Yeah, yeah. We got a super chat from Simon
We got a super.
White. He says, "Hey Mondo, my wife and son are flying from Australia after Christmas. What is the best pass for Disney and DCA for 2 days?" Just a 2 day park hopper, my friend. That's the route to go. I they don't really sell like a discounted thing. The only thing that is discounted is for California residents, but in this case, it just wouldn't apply. Just lost Danny. Let me see. There we go. We just lost Danny.
I was mid talking about it. I don't know what happened.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying. I would say probably a 2 day one park ticket. Don't you think?
A 2 day one park? That unless you want a park hop. I if you're from Australia, Simon, get the park hopper. Get the park hopper. That's my opinion. Because like, when are you gonna come back? You know what I mean? I get the park hopper. And if you have a chance, Simon, and you're over 21, hit Trader Sam's over there at the hotel. Just do it. Do it. And if you're interested in doing any type of like character dining, highly recommend the Plaza Inn at Disneyland or Storyteller, which is at the Grand California Hotel. And for the most part, they allow walk-ins all the time. So just you got to ask because I don't know if you have reservations, anything like that, but definitely try. We got Elena, 6 months of membership. 5 fires for Elena. Merry Christmas, Mondo and Danny. So glad I finally made it back to Speculation Sunday. Life has been busy. Tell me about it, man.
Thank you, Elena.
I know how you feel. Like today's like one of my first days to just sit down and do just adulting, I guess you could say. But Elena, stay strong. Push through this weekend. Mia Alyssa says, also just as a reminder, some people may have not seen the new Spider-Man movie just yet, so no spoilers, everyone. No spoilers. Man, I hope people watch the new Spider-Man movie in the next couple weeks or whenever you have a chance. That one is a full only in theater type of movie, so no streaming. There's no like Sony or Disney is going to be streaming. But it's doing really good in the box office. Really, really good. Let me see. We got Alani Vibes with the super chat. Fired up, Mondo and Danny. 5 fires. Heck yeah. Thank you, Alani Vibes. Hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed weekend. Happy Sunday.
We got.
But thank you for the super chat, Alani.
I just saw it. Where'd it go?
And then we got Brittany Pompa checking in to say hi real quick. Have a great Christmas, Mondo and Danny. Let's fire up them likes, everyone. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Brittany Pompa.
What's up, Brittany?
Happy
I was gonna say we got
happy Sunday to the Papa the Papa ladies.
yes. I said Manny and Jessica said, can you give Jessica a shout out for her birthday today?
Ooh, Jessica.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jessica. Hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy the beautiful day. The sun's out finally. Stay warm at night though. Hope you have an awesome birthday. Awesome birthday. Let me see. Mia Alyssa says, do we potentially see a Marvel night coming to DCA now that we have our Avengers campus? I could see it happen. I could see like a summer thing or right after summer going into Christmas season. I could see a Marvel day.
Didn't we already have a Marvel night when they had the Infinity Stone churros?
They had
Avengers night.
Was it?
That's what it was. Yeah, it was Avengers night.
Was it Avengers? Well, that was an after dark party in 2019, right?
I'm looking it up right now. Marvel night, DCA.
Yeah, was it a Marvel night? Disneyland. Was it Marvel Night? Let me look. Heroes Assemble Night.
Yeah, Marvel. It was called Heroes Assemble Marvel Night at Disney California Adventure.
Oh, you best believe that's coming this year. Wow. So, villains and Marvel Night, those are for sure some implications to Avengers Campus. For sure. No doubt. Let me see. Adventures with Zhang family. Uh, my family and I will be going to Disneyland at DCA on the 8th and 9th. You think we'll be able to find the infamous candy cane, also Mickey Mouse gingerbread cookie? For it might, let me look at the 8th and 9th. What day of the...
The gingerbread cookies have been a lot easier to get than they were at first. The
Yeah.
candy canes, I can't speak for that at all.
Yeah, the candy canes, it's either you're there at 7 a.m. or you don't get them. That's like how it's breaking down. Yeah. I think you get the gingerbread cookies, but yeah, the candy canes. And you got to check there's like a candy cane schedule. I don't even know if it goes that far.
Yeah, and
I don't
remember
have
you can
that.
get the same style gingerbread cookie that's just shaped like a Mickey head. It's not as decorative as like the other one. Same style cookie, same taste, everything. And a lot of the restaurants serve it in mobile order. So if the gingerbread one that's shaped like Mickey Mouse runs out, you can always get that one too and still get the same taste, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's just not Mickey. Like the, you know what I mean? It
Full
is
body.
Mickey, but it's not Mickey.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember this. Juan Rodriguez says, Heroes Assemble Night at DCA, I waited 2 hours to meet Iron Man.
Yeah,
With a
dude.
crying face
That's
emoji.
That's the terrible part. Is like that's 4 hours that you spent like almost $200 for.
Yeah, man. Kimberly Moore, what's up? Good morning.
Hello, Kimberly.
All right, I think we're ready, Danny. Let's get started. If you're new to Speculation Sunday, thank you and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Knott's, Universal Studios Hollywood, and Disneyland. We're going to save Disneyland for last. But we're going to be speculating, talking about the current situations of what's going on these theme parks. And today, most importantly, the future. I want to talk about the future. Where things are going. Where do I think things are going? But before we get going, we have Frankie's Bride with 6 months. Congratulations. Thank you for the fire support, Frankie's Bride. Merry Christmas, Mondo and Danny. Relaxing today, watching you guys and trying to get this sweater on our Gordo the Pug. Hello to Doug. Thank you. Hope your pug is staying warm. Doug, for some reason, he's been loving this warm. I feel like he struggles more with the heat. I think it's because it involves like the way he breathes in his nose as a pug. But what's up, Gordo the Pug? Stay warm, stay warm. The doctor, happy birthday!
You missed our birthday shout out, Raul.
Happy birthday to the doctor! What's
Happy
up, Mondo and
birthday.
Danny? Hello, everyone in the Mon Squad. Can we get 5 fires in the chat for the doctor? Happy birthday. Let's wish the doctor some happy birthday wishes.
Five birthday cakes.
5 birthday cakes. Heck yeah. What's up, doctor? Let me know when you go to Disneyland, brother. Let me know. Let me know. This one's for the doctor. And churros are back.
And
All right,
churros are back.
Let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna start off with Knottsbury Farm. Knottsbury Farm, Danny. We didn't get a chance to talk about Knottsbury Farm last week, but I want to talk about it now. Knottsbury Farm, and we've mentioned this before, but I want to try to go into deeper. There was a lot of rumor of some big announcement that was going to go down, and it was supposed to be like April, right, Danny?
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Are you talking about before or the one coming up?
No. The one before.
Yeah, it was like April 2020. Yeah.
April 2020, there was something big that was supposed to happen. And obviously pandemic came and the whole course of history changed. They were supposed to do their 100th celebration last year. And obviously that never happened. to go deeper into it, the big thing we all believed, and I don't have no concrete evidence, but it's all speculation, that they were going to extend the theme park. And it was going to be like a big extension. And it was going to be Ghost Town. That was the big rumor. There's been a lot of rumors that possibly there could be an extension with like a new roller coaster. A lot of people were saying a new dark ride and who knows what. I have no idea about anything on that end. But the extension of Ghost Town was something that like got rumored really hard, and then it just fizzled out with everything that happened in 2020. Uh, I wonder if Knott's is gonna rev up to have something announced again with that. Uh, are they still interested? Is it still worth it now after a pandemic? Because it changed a lot of things, Danny, from like funding, budget, staffing. Whoever was going to do the construction, can they even rehire them again? If that was to be the case, you know what I mean? All those questions. Give us some thoughts on that, Danny. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely was excited when I heard about the possibility of Ghost Town expanding. It's like the best part of Knottsbury Farm is Ghost Town. So, the possibilities, I was hearing the roller coaster thing too. I didn't hear the dark ride one, but that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. But, and even just extending the town, adding some, like a different restaurant. I feel like we need to see some life get rejuvenated back into Ghost Town, and I felt like that was going to do it because, I mean, Spur's restaurant isn't really used for anything other than like private parties anymore. Um, Ghost Town, I feel like Ghost Town Grill, Mondo, like I don't even hear about that anymore. Like, is it still even open? Like,
Somebody went to it recently and they were not happy. They said it was not the same. That kind of has been the big story, in my opinion, that the food quality at Knott's, that was something I always look forward to, was eating at Knott's. I really always enjoyed the meal plan foods, the holiday foods. But this year things have kind of taken a little turn for the. You're kind of playing with fire, dude. Some things are amazing, and there's a lot of stuff where you're just like, what and why, yeah, huh? Like I was giving out -5 fires left and right. A lot of these holiday foods.
yeah, and I heard that someone was saying that they made the change from like fresh funnel cakes to like pre-frozen funnel cakes.
I heard about. I'm gonna be at Knott's a lot soon. I'm gonna look into that because that to me that takes a lot of away of the
You know
balance.
where you're gonna have to look at that is the one across from the log ride because that's the one that always serves fresh ones.
Wow, because then they're just throwing in like it looks like
This,
ramen, like you know what I mean? They just
yeah.
here's your funnel cake. Oh man, I don't know how I feel about that because those funnel cakes are like $15, man. They're expensive.
Yeah. I feel like it's got to be fresh. Otherwise, I mean, it looked fresh. Like when they showed us the ones from in the Mary Farm like media thing, it looked like they were fresh. Like because they're all different. They're not like that same kind of thickness. They're more the ones that are poured fresh, a little thinner. As far as the tubing is concerned. But
Yeah,
we'll have to see. Hopefully, you can squash that rumor if it really is a rumor.
and one
Because
thing too that like I haven't been too critical about the Knott's food is because everybody's struggling with getting supplies, having the same suppliers, and then keeping the prices that were manageable pre-pandemic after the pandemic because we know a lot of inflation has happened. So not just Knott's is struggling with that, Disneyland is, Universal is. I can't wait to talk about food. We're going to actually, I guess we'll talk a lot about food because I've been experiencing
yeah,
some stuff lately.
but yeah, it's interesting. Like, I really feel like on the topic of Knott's, like I feel like Knott's their 100th anniversary celebration just wasn't as big as they wanted it to be. Obviously, it happened during it was cut off by the pandemic, and then they delayed it a year, and it was still really great. I mean, it was cool to see all the 100th anniversary logos everywhere. Um, they had special food items like the ode to Cordelia. They had the Mondo calls it the McClucker, the giant McClucker.
Do they
But
even
it
got that anymore? I gotta. A lot of stuff's changed.
the proud bird, but Mondo called it the McClucker.
Dude, the Proud Bird, that was so delicious.
I
I was
know.
at
So like
Mrs. Knott's chicken dinner though.
they had a lot of great stuff for 100th anniversary, but I feel like it just still wasn't big enough like they were touting it to be. And I bet you it's because they wanted it to be, but it wasn't, because they said it was going to be like the biggest thing that Knott's has ever done. And I feel like I still feel, in my opinion, I don't know about you, Mondo, but like I feel like the first ever summer nights that Knott's did was like the biggest thing they ever did.
they Summer Nights was so good, and this new the new we had yeah, it was Summer Nights this year. It just
Yeah.
didn't hit the same at all. Like from the food perspective, it was very
Yeah, they had
lacking.
like half as many booths, and I just remember summer nights the first time around. We were just like in love with the food. We were getting like the shish kebabs and the doing the s'mores, and they had all that stuff, but it just felt different, I guess.
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff with the food, Knott's knows. They know what's going on. And I think there's going to be a lot of big changes that happen in the future to fix and correct, because a lot of Knott's is based on the foods, especially with the amount of meal plans that people have out there with annual passes. So food's very important to a lot of people at Knott's. Like it correlates to having a good trip. So I think there's going to be a lot of big changes, and I don't think they happen until next year. I feel like whatever happened this year, it was just part of a plan, and everything was just locked in. So I could imagine a lot of change will be next year. A lot of change will be next year. Um, Panda Express is still good. Anybody that's going to Knottsbury Farm, just go to Panda. You can't beat Panda. Fireman's Group Brigade is still amazing. That's the barbecue over there in Ghost Town. Um, let's go into this real quick, Danny. If Ghost Town was extended, what do you want to see? Because do you want to see Ghost Town be extended with the same nostalgic look, or do we get a more modern take on Ghost Town? Like, would that work? Because all of a sudden, this is like 2022 construction coming through. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Ghost Town was built a long time ago, so you're kind of like in this tricky scenario of like, do you make it like look how it currently looks and extend it, or is there just a new take on Ghost Town?
Well, I mean, I would hope it's not a new take, but it's kind of funny, like where would they take the story? So if you think about like the different parts of Ghost Town, like you have Calico Mine, so it couldn't really be like too mine focused, even though there's like a gold mine right there for Gold Rush or for Ghost Rider, because like Calico Mine Ride already exists, and that's about like the Gold Rush and all that stuff. And then the Timber Mountain Log Ride's a little bit about mining too. And then you got the main part of Ghost Town, which is like where the town's at, and the mayor and they used to have the shootout and all that stuff. Um, and maybe because that back area is usually used for Scary Farm, maybe they make that part of Ghost Town like the haunted part of Ghost Town, and it's
Mm-hmm.
always like the haunted, like spooky part of like Ghost Town Alive or Ghost Town. And so there
Yeah.
maybe there's some kind of like permanent ghost attraction or spooky attraction, and then it would transition well if they keep that area for Scary Farm. That could be like you know like the heart of Ghost Town, for as far as like, I mean, I know there's like the hanging area where like Sarah Marshall was hung to death, like in the main square off of Main Street, but like maybe they could make that area like the hub of Scary Farm somehow.
Like, just throwing it out there, can Knott's create like a VR experience type of ride? Just go super futuristic. Like, because I feel like since Ghost Town's being extended, you're kind of locked into that storyline. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I don't know what they could build. Uh, I think a very interesting thing too is if they could have ever extended Camp Snoopy, because Snoopy that's unlimited options that you could do. Uh, But if you go Ghost Town, I don't know what kind of ride I would want. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I definitely wouldn't want a roller coaster, but if that's the route they want to go, that's the route they're gonna go. So
Yeah, I don't know. Does Knott's need another roller coaster? I would have to say no. They already got the thrill ride aspect down. I think a dark ride would do really well. Like some type of dark ride concept. Um, I think, however they build Secret Life of Pets, if they could do something like that with Peanuts, the Peanut Gang, Charlie Brown rides. Snoopy gets his own, because like I know there's a lot of love for Snoopy and Camp Snoopy, but like we would still love a Snoopy dark ride. Oh man, it'd be so good. It'd be so good. Um, I think one thing too, if they ever did extend Ghost Town, I think character dining has to be included in there. I feel like that's a super necessity that like everybody would want to have their birthday parties there, any type of events with the characters, because Knott's has so many characters, and all the amount of meet and greets and shows that they involve all their characters to do a character dining, it'd be a great addition.
well, not
Uh,
only that, they could just they have Ghost Town Alive, which is really successful, and it's something that they highlighted that they're gonna do again, obviously. So, like, they could just make one of their dining experiences Ghost Town Alive all the time. So like the mayor's there, you have townspeople, you have the conductor, whoever, and it's kind of like the buffet, around Scary Farm time, but like just regular citizens kind of thing. You're dining and you get the true ghost town experience. You feel like you're dining in a true ghost town. Like that's why
I,
people go to Calico off of the whatever you visited there.
do you,
So
do you think Knott's can create like a big lake and bring like a World of Color type of show to Knott's? You think it's
no,
possible? There's no room.
yeah, no.
Like I would love if Knott's can have like a Phantasmic style show. Do you think that could be a possibility? Because you would do it exactly how like Florida does their Phantasmic with the stage setup. That could be possible. Oh, if they did a dinosaur dark ride, bring that back. Well, I'm not complaining. I would not complain. Oh man, but then it all involves budget and oh man, yeah, I would love if Knott's could do like a Phantasmic style show, and have Snoopy lead the way. That would be so cool, dude. It'd be so cool. Um, Let me see. I'm just reading. Trace says, "I like Danny's spooky dark ride option. They could go haunted hotel, not an elevator ride though, please." That'd be funny. A Charlie Brown's Dark Adventures. Okay, okay.
Well, I
Uh,
just feel like the spooky part of it, like they could explain, like Origins does a really good job of explaining the backstory of. Same with like the opening ceremony for Not Scary Farm, like explaining the backstory of it, but like having an attraction that explains the whole like who Sarah Marshall is, like why she cursed the town, like having a dark ride for that. It might be kind of scary for kids, but it'd be kind of fun too. Or they could have a version of the ride that's more like just regular ghost town, and then during Scary Farm, it is a scary ride that talks about the origins of it. They can have like multiple versions.
Man, I don't. I would say for me, if they could add like more entertainment. I'm always an entertainment guy, dude. Um, like maybe another stage to do more shows. I would love like I wish they could have like a Mickey's Magical Map set up. That's really what I'm trying to say. If they did a big seating area for a stage show,
We got that already. We have
no, I know,
we
but
have
add another one. Add another one, dude.
two. We don't need two. We got a
More
9,000
entertainment.
or whatever, however
I
many
I
thousand.
I don't think Knott's needs another roller coaster. Like I feel like a thing that I rarely hear is like if Knott's just had another roller coaster or another thrill ride, it'd be so great. Like I never hear that. But like
Yeah.
I think one thing Knott's does really well is entertainment. So why not just keep giving more value on the entertainment side?
Yeah.
on an extension of Ghost Town. That's what I'm talking
Um, so I want to address something in the chat. We have a couple people talking about the Mystery Lodge. A few people were talking about it. Gamma Crusher most recently said, "I like the Mystery Lodge, but it's so old at this point. I wish they could add and mix in new shows throughout the year." And then Carlos Amador said, "What happened to the Native American show they had at Knott's?" So Mice Chat a long time ago reported that the Mystery Lodge, the effects that do the special effects projections that make the special effects that they use during Mystery Lodge, he said they had reported on Mice Chat that that had broken or fell into disrepair, and it was something that they didn't want to spend the money on to replace because the show wasn't all that popular and wasn't really utilized by guests, and they weren't going to renew their contract or whatnot they had with like the tribes that helped them come up with the attractions and like lent their history and culture to the attraction. And so they shut it down, and during the entire pandemic they took down the Mystery Lodge sign, and they put they turned it into like a rest station. And so we thought that Mystery Lodge wasn't coming back. The gift shop stayed there, and it still sold a lot of the Native American merchandise, like that was related to that, Pacific Northwest tribe. And I really liked the Mystery Lodge. But then, fast forward to 2021, Scary Farm, and we had what is it called? Something Terror. What was it called?
For which one, Danny?
In the Mystery Lodge, the show that was there.
Invitation to Terror.
Yeah, Invitation to Terror. Fast forward to that show, all of a sudden that show's in there, and that effect was brighter and way bigger than I've ever seen, and it was heavily utilized in that show because that show was really dark and like just demonic. But it was that the effect that causes that kind of like ghost projection effect that they have going on there. It was so vibrant and so bright, so it looked like they had replaced it. So then Mondo and I were looking at each other like, what the? So it looks like the theater's been repaired because obviously they did that whole show with that special effect. So truly, there's no reason why Mystery Lodge can't come back at this point, other than we just aren't being told why it's not coming back.
Yeah, I'm shocked Mystery Lodge didn't come back right after Scary Farm because that Mystery Lodge gave a lot of life to that area. Mystery Lodge, Calico River Rapids, and then the restaurant with Wilderness Broiler, and then Panda Express. So to have that shut down, it was like 1/4 of the land's gone, and Knott's never commented either about why it's shut down or why it's not happening. It was just Mystery Lodge disappeared, Danny.
I know. I wish we had like a Scott Gooston of the world that could like reach out to Knott's press team for like statement and could ask these hard hitting questions like, what's going on with Mystery Lodge and what's your plan for it? So that then Knott's had to have a statement.
Yeah, we need
provide us with something.
We need Scott Gooston to get on Knott's.
I know.
We got because, a super chat. Oh, what were you gonna say, Daddy?
No, go ahead. I'll finish after this.
Yeah, one. Frankie's Bride, Monda. They had a lake across the street back in the day. Maybe they could expand over there, build a bridge. There's a lot of property, which is very true, Danny.
Dude, there's so much room over there. Frankie's Bride, I have a feeling that, and Mondo will tell you, I don't know what it is about Knottsbury Farm, dude, but like in the summer, you get eaten alive by mosquitoes. And I want to say, I'm glad Frankie's Bride brought this up. It's because of that lake. That standing water, like it just like a breeding ground of mosquitoes, and then they all come to Knott's to like feast on everyone. Because you just get wrecked at Knottsbury Farm. If your legs are exposed and you don't have stuff on, wrecked.
Yeah. I suck now that I'm older. For some reason, mosquitoes just wreck me, man. That big black eye channel, Ghost Town takes place in the Pacific Northwest. It should extend above backstage, simulating mountains. dark rides at ground level, and a runaway mine train type ride in the mountainous level.
Yeah,
Woo!
if they did a more family style themed roller coaster that was kind of like Calico but like an actual thrill ride, that would be cool. But just like I don't want Knott's to be throwing in like another hang time. Like, there's no true real theme to hang time, and I just don't
I'm
I
just
don't really,
saying,
I don't want that for Ghost Town. I don't want that for Ghost Town.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is a perfect setup for something Ghost Town. Like
Hmm.
it's a
That's a
train
lot of
going.
money though. That's a
Hey,
lot of money.
Knott's Berry Farm has that Cedar Fair money now, dog.
I know. We got Simon White, member for 2 months. He said, Mondo, love all the content that you and Danny put up. Are you going to expand your merch? I love the t-shirt and we'll be ordering it this week.
Dude, Mystery Bay's on it. I really wish I'm one person, and it's like my time gets extended so many different places. Uh, I have a friend. His name is Chino Alpha Wolf, and he offered me an opportunity to learn from him Photoshop. So I'm gonna take him up on that, and I'm gonna try to learn Photoshop myself. Uh, I feel like anytime I've been trying to give out my vision on things, it just doesn't work. But I have a lot of cool ideas I wish I could bring to the forefront like right away. But I would, I know I've said this many times, but I'm trying. I'm trying. I would love to always be wearing something that just says Five Fires, like at all times.
You should be. You should be wearing it at all
Like
times.
I wish I had, instead of Raiders, it just says Five Fires. That'd be so sick. I would wear it every single
um,
day.
no, but back to Mystery Lodge. Like, I love Mystery Lodge. Mystery Lodge was one of my favorite things as a kid at Knott's Berry Farm. We did it with school, as a field trip, and I love the Mystery Lodge. I would love to see it come back. Um, and I love that Knott's still celebrates like Native American culture with like the Indian dancer, and then pays tribute to that tribe with like documentation around it. And then they have the bottle house, which is also run by members of that tribe, and the merchandise sales go to them. So like, it's cool that they still do that. Um, but you know, I don't know. It's nice. I like that it was weird and unique and a very Knott's Berry Farm.
A, a
And it was
dark Whittles ride. You have to find the hidden burrow bites.
burro bites. But yeah, I miss the Mystery Lodge. I kind of wish, rather than not doing anything, and since we know the effect works, like, bring it back. But they have to have that actor, and they have to have him do makeup and all that stuff, because they have that actor dressed up like an old Native American, and it's all prosthetics and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I hope they bring Mystery Lodge back. I always enjoyed it. I never was in there where I was the only one sitting in there. There was always crowds. People love Mystery Lodge. They love it.
yeah,
Um, Knott's Berry Farm, they do have Boysenberry Festival. That's kind of like the next big thing, in my opinion, that's going to be coming. Uh, the big retheme recently, or not retheme, but just repaint job was Accelerator, and that's really cool that they making it like orange, yellow, and red, and I think black as well. So they're theming it to that whole. They have like a garage right next door that has that same colorway. So it's cool to see that Knott's is refurbing a lot of stuff big time. Uh,
yeah. I'm glad that
I
you
was
brought
just gonna
that
say
up because of the.
Hang Time 2 got a big refurb.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up because I feel like the accelerator changing with the new flame paint job. I feel like that's indicative to the change that you had rumored for speculation, coming to coasters. Like, maybe that whole section of boardwalk right there gets a little redo for that brewery coming.
Yep, yep. That's another thing that we heard in that coasters, because something was going to happen to coasters, but not nothing big, but something. And then the other big thing over there by Berry Tells and the Walter Knott Theater, there's a pizza place there, And supposedly that was going to get a big change. And the whole reason why they have no signage, it doesn't say Hollywood Hits, which that's what it's called. But even though it doesn't have a name, it was going to be a brewery. And I thought that was very interesting. That's a really good move on a business level, because you know what people like to buy at theme parks? Alcohol.
Yeah.
And as Danny has said before, there's a lot of profit to be made on alcohol, especially at theme parks. With the pricing of theme parks, alcohol is never cheap. Never cheap. So I get it. I get it. Nothing wrong with that. If a brewery came to Knott's, I think that's like a shot heard around the world when it comes down to theme parks. Because when the hell do you find a brewery at a theme park, dog? It just doesn't exist. Not that they ain't one at SeaWorld, they ain't one at Legoland. There's not a brewery at Universal, and their best believe ain't no brewery at Disneyland. Even though I kept saying Thor's Brewery would have been such a hit at Disneyland. Or Avenger Campus, I mean. I was saying, Danny, one of the drinks that would have been great at Thor's Brewery, since like we obviously would want themed drinks to characters, is call one of the, like, since Spider-Man movie came out, create a new drink called Web Fluid.
Web Fluid?
Yeah. How do you beat that, Danny? Everybody would order a Web Fluid, dude. But no, we need a Accelerator and Honey Buzz and what's the other stuff called?
I don't even know.
I'm just gonna move on.
I don't know because I don't order any of them.
No, I will say though, Honey Buzz is still amazing at Pim's, but that's it. It's like
the
Honey
particle
Buzz or bust.
Like the particle fizz, maybe.
Oh yeah, particle fizz and. But moving on. A brewery though, that's pretty crazy, dude. Especially if it's a rotating brewery, like they could have local breweries keep supplying Knott's, so it's like a changing menu. Dude, you're gonna have all of a sudden a lot of people that just come to keep trying out all the new beers.
Yeah,
and then they could keep rotating throughout all the seasons that they go through. All the holidays, oh my gosh, unlimited options when it comes down to beer. Alcoholic sarsaparilla, yeah, who wouldn't want that? All right, closing thoughts on Knottsbury Farm, Danny?
I'm excited for 2022. I want to see some announcements for Knott's. I'm excited for Boysenberry Festival. I hope they step it up a notch from what they did. And just keep going. Like, let's get back to old Boysenberry Festival if we can. Boysenberry Festival is so much fun. At Knottsbury Farm, it's like the best time. It's the OG festival, so I'm excited that that's the first thing coming up. I think Peanut Celebration's first, though, right?
Yeah, that one's first
in January
into Boysenberry.
Yeah, Mondo, you covered Peanut Celebration. You liked that.
I love Peanut Celebration. It's my favorite. Yeah. It's actually one of my favorite celebrations because they usually come with some of the best like snack food, like treats and stuff.
Yeah, the bakery always had some cool like peanut stuff, huh?
The whole bakery transitions into the celebration. And not even that, their celebrations kind of more based on Camp Snoopy and like characters. So I've always enjoyed it. It's really good. It's a perfect time to take the kids in January, February to Knott's Berry Farm to do just family friendly stuff. It's amazing. Knott's does a really good job. We got a super chat from Alexander. Get rid of Small World and add a brewery. Get rid of Pim's and add a brewery. That's Small World, I think, is untouchable. I don't think Small World could be ever touched because that's like Waltz. That's like Waltz, you know.
They have a brewery. They have a brewery inside Disney's Hollywood Studios, and it's like wildly popular.
Which one? In the Hollywood Studios?
Yeah.
Right before Galaxy's Edge.
Yep, and it has like an outdoor like beer garden with like
and it's
popcorn
always
lighting.
Packed. That place
always packed.
I never been there because our buddy Brett's always like, I'm not waiting like that long for a beer, dude. We
Brett
go get a
likes that
beer.
place though a lot, a
Yeah,
lot.
it's just one of those because like when I go, we're very limited on time, so like waiting an hour for a beer just ain't that's not working out.
Hmm.
What's that called, Danny, in Hollywood Studios? Do you know?
I think it's called Baseline Brewery. I think
Dude,
if I remember.
always packed. But in California, I don't think there's a theme park that has a brewery. Maybe I could be wrong on that, but not that I know of. Not that I
Oh,
know of.
Baseline. It's called Baseline Tap House.
Okay.
Yeah, Baseline Tap House.
Oh, small world brewery brews from around the world. Who wouldn't? But then you're at Disneyland and they don't do drinks at Disneyland. Only Blue Bayou Club 33 serves alcohol on a regular basis. It has to go. It has to go to DCA. My closing thoughts on Knott's Berry Farm. I'm very excited. I did get invited to be a Knott's ambassador again, and I think we have a meeting very early in January for the Knott's ambassador. I don't know if they'll give us any type of announcements or something that are coming in the near future, but I hope so. I hope I get to do a lot of projects with Knott's Berry Farm. I always love working with them, and all their media events are always fun. But I'm excited. I am excited for the future of Knott's Berry Farm, and we'll be covering all those changes here on Five Fires YouTube. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about Universal Studios Hollywood, everybody. We're going to be now transitioning from Knott's to Universal, and then we're going to finish it off with Disneyland. All right. Knott's or Knott's Universal Studios Hollywood. They're doing Grinchmas, and uh, I'm gonna be honest and real with the current situation. This Grinchmas is a lot of fun, and they're doing a good job for what they have. But when you compare it to previous years, this is like the most minimal Grinchmas I've ever seen. There's not a lot of who's. There's no shows really, other than Cindy Lou who reads a book. Uh, and then the Grinchmas like lighting ceremony only happens on I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Uh, to me, I really feel like if it's Grinchmas, every day should be Grinchmas. Especially like Universal ain't cheap, dude. It is not cheap to get a ticket there. Uh, I hope a lot of things change next year. I know we're in a pandemic year and it's a reopening, and they probably couldn't go as hard as they want to. But there was always a lot of talk pre-pandemic that it was going to be Grinchmas's last year, I was always like, in my mind, I was like, what could they even bring? The only thing I could think of that I really want for Christmas season is Harry Potter to be extended into the plaza and create that whole Grinchmas area in a Harry Potter Christmas. And I can't think of one person that would complain about that. Nobody. And then there's always the talk of, well, the people that own Harry Potter rights, they're just not going to allow that. I beg to differ, man. They allowed Horror Nights to go through there and do all that stuff. I think there's more leeway now these days when it comes down to uh, Harry Potter and the way that they handle their property there at the theme park. Is there anything you could think of, Danny, that would be a good transition next year for Christmas?
I feel like Grinchmas hits hard though, and I feel like the fact that the Grinch went so viral on TikTok and Instagram this year, garnering 2 hour waits at Universal Studios Hollywood basically on a daily basis. There's still a lot of traction for Grinchmas. I just feel like they have a lot of potential at Hollywood to go bigger. I just don't think this year they felt like they could due to the stronger restrictions in place for the LA County area. But just seeing people on Instagram, if you don't get to the Grinch literally first thing in the morning when the park opens, you're waiting 2.5 hours just to meet him, and people would do it happily because they want to have
Grinch,
that experience that they're seeing on TikTok, that experience that
Grinch
they're seeing on
whoe-
Instagram.
whoever plays the Grinch is literally the embodiment of the Grinch. That actor is just like five fires to the max. To the
Yeah,
max.
yeah. Harry Potter's is different because um, it is. There are very, very specific rules on them having the rights to that and how they can do it. And I don't necessarily know that the characters can be shown outside the land because there's a specific environment that they need to be inside of. Because her characters don't exist and Universal Studios Hollywood, they exist in the Wizarding World, and that's its own thing. So um, it, they could do stuff in the Wizarding World, but they other than the Frog Choir and then the show on the castle, which is amazing, but like it should be snowing. They should have a lot more special food than they have going on. And not only just that three broomsticks, but there should be like a special like I don't know. There should be a different butterbeer during Christmas time, or maybe they have some sort of special hot chocolate, or maybe they do a twist on the hot butterbeer for holidays. I don't know, but there just needs to be something going on that they can take advantage of both of those things. Um, and they didn't do Christmas in the Simpsons land too, like something there. Like I don't know why they don't do that at all.
Yeah, we got Chris West with the super chat. They just need to use special effects theater to do How the Grinch Stole Christmas stage show. I heard a lot of people in Florida love the show they do. It's a stage show with the Grinch in Florida. I'm shocked. I'm still shocked that that theater doesn't get used for anything, man. But I agree, Chris. If they did uh, anything Christmas in that theater, it would be amazing. Um, oh
Is
my!
it me, Mondo, or do you feel like with all the changes on the tram tour, like do you feel like it's a little bit like kind of weak right now?
What? Wait, what's weak right now,
I said with all the changes on the tram tour, like the backlot tram, do you feel like
dude?
it's a little weak right now?
Well, I think it's super weak.
Yeah.
We'll go into that. Hold on, Daddy. I was just like trying to comprehend the $100 super chat case. I was like, Debbie, oh my Lanta, can't wait for another Disney day. Hell yeah. Disney Dam, seriously, thank you. Oh my Lanta. I'm still recovering. We went so hard yesterday. Like, I didn't realize we did like I feel like we did I think it was over 20,000 steps yesterday. And it got cold. It got cold. And we'll talk about that when we go into Disneyland. But thank you, Debbie. Holy smokes.
Yeah, doing a long day like you guys did right before Christmas is like brutal.
And it's not bad until that cold starts coming and you're just walking like this. But thank you, Demi. Crystal and Chris, they did have a special ticketed event a few years ago that included food and other dark art stuff that was held inside the courtyard. Super interesting, but we remember it being pricey. And I went to that.
I did too. Mondo and I went on opening day.
I think it was like $210 or something.
No, I think it was like $300.
Or 245.
Yeah, it was like $300 almost.
That and let me tell you, everything was set up beautifully and I loved it, except that the wind didn't allow the drones to go that day. So it was total buzzkill. Buzzkill. And if I'm not mistaken, they did a day 2 the very next day, and the wind was bad that trip too, and the drones didn't work again. I'm not even gonna reminisce, but everything they did was great. It's just the weather didn't allow them to like that chef's kiss, which was the drones for dark arts.
Yeah.
Let me see. Mia Alyssa says, imagine they have students of Hogwarts walk around Hogsmeade and interact with us, talking about the school and teaching us their favorite spells.
I
Okay,
wish that's my That's what I wish would happen at the Wizarding World.
let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Why can't we have face characters? It seems like face characters is Disney's going more to that. They did it with the Encanto Maribel. They did it with Sid recently. Almost with with like everything they're kind of doing. There's no, you don't see like the Woody mask. I kind of feel like Miguel from Coco was their last big like character. They're going more towards face characters. I think I when you really look back into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, them to not have a walking around Harry Potter, a walking around Hermione, a walking around Ron Weasley. Is it Weasley? Ron Weasley? God, it's been
Weasley.
so long since I watched the movie. Um, where are these characters? Why are they not alive? Where are the Dementors? For goodness sake, the ones that dropped in Florida. I don't get how none of those additions to the land were part of like a phased opening, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And how long has the Wizarding World been open now, Danny?
Ooh. I know it opened in 2010 at Disney World or in
Let me see.
Florida.
The
I don't know when
Wizarding
I don't
World.
know when it opened in. Let's see, Wizarding World.
The Wizarding World of Harry Potter opening. Let's take a look. It is. I have to put Hollywood because it's giving me
April 7th, 2016.
2016. So now Fire, dude, that's so crazy that it's like that land is like new, man. Fire's old. That's a
Mm-hmm.
baby. So I think the land can be flushed out so well with story if there's characters that are from the movie, you know, uh having, I think it just, if you it, like the amount of media that Universal would get if all of a sudden Harry Potter is going to be introduced to the land and walking around, my gosh. Especially if they could do it where he could do magic tricks, like how in Florida the Dementors can like create fire and like fireworks and stuff all throughout the land with their wand. If Harry Potter can just walk around the land and just talk about the school, talk about how great the butterbeer is, and I feel like the story kind of fell on the workers because they're the ones that ended up having to teach people spells and stuff like that. You know what I mean? When like around the land, I think it'd be
Yeah.
cool if they had entertainment do that.
Yeah, it's funny too because at first in Florida when it opened in 2010, which is a while ago now, um, they all had to have British accents. If you worked in the land, you had to have a British accent, and they don't bother to do that anymore. But
And that's
I,
kind of hard. I don't have a British accent. I feel like I would have struggled. Hello, Ron. That's all
they
I
used to
got.
have to go. They used to have to go through like an intense amount of training too, in order to, like, they had to pass certain tests in order to work in there, like for knowledge of the Wizarding World.
Yeah,
I don't know if any of that still exists. I'm sure someone who works at Universal could verify that or not. But
dude. I think that's one of the only things that's missing from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is like Harry Potter himself. Or how? Imagine if a Dumbledore started walking around. Oh, dude, there's so much that could be done. Like just from a character perspective, I really believe if they added Harry Potter, they just go viral. They just go viral, dude. Um, Let me see. I'm just reading the chat right now. All right. Yeah, a lot of Kimberly Boy. We need drinks like they had at Marvel Restaurant. What does that mean? Did you ever go to the Marvel Restaurant when it existed in Universal Studios?
no, I went to. I went to like a quick service Marvel restaurant on the Marvel Superhero Island, but I think I just had like pizza. Like it wasn't like some amazing restaurant. So I'm probably not going to the restaurant that everyone's talking about.
The old one. I went to it, and I never got to like I don't have like a recollection of it in my brain. I was just so young. I was so young. Oh man, I'm looking at photos right now. It's crazy. It's crazy that a Marvel restaurant existed at Universal Studios Hollywood. Um, dude, I know this is a tough one, Danny. I don't know if did you ever know that Universal Studios Hollywood had a Conan show? Did you
Yeah,
know that?
yeah.
Have you seen like a video, or like do you have like a recollection of what it looked like?
I didn't, but you sent me the video and then I watched it.
Oh, you
So
saw it,
yeah,
dude. That level, or not that level, but I want to let everybody know there's a Conan show that used to happen at Universal Studios Hollywood. That show can easily be transitioned into Harry Potter. Easily. It involves a dragon that comes out, and like Universal Studios creativity when it came down to shows was unmatched, in my opinion. Unmatched. They even had the Spider-Man rock show. Did you ever get to watch that?
oh yeah. Hmm.
And then they had the Beetlejuice show. I forgot what that was called. Uh, I just feel like Universal, like all their creativity, they have it in their back pocket, but they're just not pulling it out. And Universal Studios Hollywood, like I always say, I love Jurassic World, but how can the Disneyland train have more dinosaurs than Jurassic World the ride?
Yeah,
I'll say that forever. I never understood that, dude.
and it was made in like the early like the late 50s, early 60s.
Dude, every time I go through the Disneyland train through the dinosaur section, I'm always like, wow. And it's so simple too. Like it's nothing like, it's just simple, but it's just so like, wow. Freaking like this T-Rex battle's about to happen, or whatever that dinosaur
I
is.
know. Uh, I wanted to bring up in the chat. Anthony Alvarez says, "Hey, quick question. I'm going to Universal in January. Do you have to show proof of vaccination status to get into Universal?" So Universal just changed. I don't know if Mondo had the dates, but the state of California put in a new mask mandate for the state that goes through like mid-January. But it also um, changed procedures at theme parks. And one of those being for Universal, they're requiring proof of vaccination every day during that time period or a negative test. And Universal did say that they're offering like testing on site too. I don't know if they're paying for it. Six Flags Magic Mountain, it has to do it too because they're also in LA, and they made a comment on their posting that Six Flags said that we would pay for it if you needed to do a test. I don't know if Universal's paying for your test that you do, but they you can show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test, and they do that for you there at the location. I just don't know if it's free. Maybe you could find that
No,
out, Mondo.
Universal is free. Universal
Oh,
is
it is
free.
free. Okay.
And for the most part, it doesn't last more than like 20, 30 minutes. So, and it's all handled more on the Buca de Beppo side, if you know what I'm talking about. Over there. ET, it's over
The
there.
back part of City Walk.
Yeah. Like over there by Buca de Beppo, it's like that side. That side. Uh, a lot of, I will say this, Universal was not checking vaccination status every day. It was only when they had 10,000 or more. But since we're in this like busy period of the season now, which is Christmas week until the end of the year, I have a feeling they're going to check every single day. And you do have to wear a mask at all times at Universal Studios Hollywood. Disneyland and Knott's, it's only indoors, but Universal Studios Hollywood in the LA County restrictions they got, it's at all times.
Yeah, that was a change we forgot to mention at Knottsbury Farm. They do require masks again. There for a very long period of time, Knott's was not requiring masks at all. But during this time frame into like mid-January, you have to wear it indoors again. I don't know how Knott's is monitoring that, um, but it is in place again. So
Yep. I have something I want to show. I did this on my vlog recently. It was an update video. I want to show you, Danny. I don't think anything's coming over there by Supercharged. Let me put the volume down. Check this out. Norman Bates right there. Look at that. Somebody said it was going to be parking lot, and I'm starting to believe it, dude. I didn't want to believe that this would be a parking lot, but look.
they gotta have a place to park all the big trucks that bring in the studio stuff.
It almost seems like Universal Studios Hollywood, maybe they're not, this is not even a consideration for a theme park expansion at all. It's kind of weird though to think that like a
They removed
parking
it.
lot is just more valuable. Like that's what's important to them.
It's well, I mean, if you look at all those are all trucks, so like they're moving around heavy equipment that's getting moved in for movie production, television production. So where else do you park all that stuff? Like there's barely any room in Universal Studios. So like open land like that is like valuable. Not to mention they can throw pop-up tents on that and create those portable commissaries that we saw close to Halloween time when they were doing the Ninja Warrior filming, where they had like all the commissary set up for like all the guest audiences and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you got to have space for all that, and there's not really a lot of space in Hollywood. So
I think one thing too, I think the movie industry and the TV show industry is going to start booming a lot more, because like streaming is the new it, and I feel like Universal's revving up for that, because the main important update was before I got on this ride, right here, Danny. Look at that. That's the moneymaker for Universal Studios Hollywood. This is that dirt field I would show a long time ago.
mm-hmm.
And that dirt field now has 4 gigantic, these things are gigantic, sound stages. And these are sound stages that have 2022 technology. Like there's new construction, new technology. Like I could just imagine the endless stuff of added features compared to their older sound stages. This is so lucrative. It's not even funny right here to have created these 4 sound stages.
Yeah, not to mention they probably I don't know if they're moving towards the way that the Mandalorian does filming, where it's like not even like barely any physical sets and it's all screen. Like that's and Mandalorian's so convincing. So like maybe there's some of that technology going on in there.
Yeah, and I just feel like Super Nintendo World. I think that's it, dude. I don't. I know there was a lot of rumor that everyone kept hoping, me too, me included, that we get Diagon Alley. But after seeing this right here, there is no Diagon Alley coming, dude. This is a parking lot. I remember someone said it, and I didn't want to believe it, man. But that's a parking lot. It is what it is.
What's funny is they took away like a iconic cabin for that.
Yeah, and they still own or still have that cabin like all put together, but it's over there by War of the Worlds, and like the back corner you can barely see it. Oh man, I'm sad because another opportunity they could have had to expand the theme park was over there by behind the scenes of Jurassic World. Like right when you're going on the studio tour on the left, I think it's like they call it Studio 29 or something, where The Voice got filmed. Mm-hmm. That whole back area got demolished and flattened, and supposedly it's going to be like a building for the corporate of Universal, something of the Universal themselves, and it was going to be something involving like like future projects of like, I don't know how to say it, like a university for Universal, and that could have been a great theme park expansion, but it was just like nope. I almost want to say like the theme park after Super Nintendo World is kind of taking like a back seat. Like that's kind of it, guys. And then they also did the update to Jurassic World, and then they did the Secret Life of Pets. I don't know if we'll get much for like the future. I feel like all the big Universal stuff's in Florida, not Hollywood at all.
Yeah, the Epic Universe.
I think Epic Universe is gonna be insane, insane. We got a super chat from Kitchen Raya. Mondo, we were there Thursday. It was the perfect Disney day. 30 minutes wait for Rise of the Resistance and a walk up to Blue Bayou with a water table. Damn! In December, Kitchen Raya. That's so crazy. That is so crazy. I'm glad you had a great trip. That'll definitely be one to remember. Especially waterfront at Blue Bayou. My goodness. There's people every day trying at like 3 a.m. to get a reservation. And it's crazy that you walked up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the studio tour, Danny. You could watch all the old studio tour videos, and it's like so amazing that like the current studio tour that we're in. And I was just having a conversation with I think it was my buddy Andre, and that the tram doesn't even go in the studios anymore at all. It doesn't even go in the sets, the metro sets, and all that. There's just so much filming and productions going on. I think the studio tour needs to be reassessed, and more life needs to come to it. Earthquake is still going strong. Jaws is still going strong. The King Kong, we keep saying it. It would be great if it just transitioned into Godzilla. Nobody would complain. I just feel like the studio tour is lacking a lot when you know what the previous years used to be, you know?
Yeah.
And I just want to be honest. I hate when we go into the back corner where they're like, this is where the good things were filmed or something. That back Europe area, I think it is, or
Yeah.
and then they go into the back corner. This is where Desperate Housewives was, and to me, I just feel like none of that has relevancy at all anymore. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's just there's just no more connection to that stuff. I don't know how they could fix it. It's definitely going to cost a lot of money, whatever they do. But I feel like the studio tour from the previous past to what it is right now, the creativity definitely went down a lot. Like you used to go through the water and the water would open. Remember that?
Yeah.
There used to be a scene too where you go through the Western. There was like a gunfight that would happen, like a stunt show.
Yep.
We used to have obviously King Kong animatronic and everything that happened with that, but like I'm just not gonna go too deep into it. But I really hope the studio tour gets a lot of love. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I think the future of Universal Studios Hollywood is Super Nintendo World. But it's really weird because there's no marketing for it at all. It's just this land being built and that's kind of it. And there's no talk either if anything will ever happen with like Jurassic World the ride. Like will anything more come to that, or is this the finished product? I don't know. Crystal and Chris, they have us hanging on a thread hoping we see a celebrity in the backlot. Man, y'all saw Vin Diesel. I wish we could. I've never seen a celebrity in the back lot. What do you hope comes from Super Nintendo World, Danny?
I don't really know because it's just the one ride. The thing that I'm excited about is the character meet and greets. I hope there's an easy way to kind of get a picture with like Princess Peach, Mario, Luigi, and maybe Toadstool if we have him as well. It'd be really cool to get some pictures with them, I feel. Um, and I hope they have a really cool like photo backdrop, like for each one, or like there's a spot that we can do. And then supposedly we're getting that filing right. We're getting a restaurant. I don't know where the heck that's gonna fit, but I'm excited to try whatever food's there. So
Yeah. Do you think one ride is gonna be a tough sell, or it's gonna bring the crowds?
it'll bring the crowds just because it's Mario Kart, so it'll bring the crowds. But and it's cool that it's augmented reality. People a lot of times, you could probably look in this chat. People don't even know the difference between augmented reality versus virtual reality. They see that you put a headset on and they think it's VR, and it's different. So it's like, this is a great way to expose people to augmented reality because it's probably going to be a big part of our lives moving forward. So
That's one thing too. Is in the coming future with the whole concept of putting on a helmet with the augmented, is that going to work here? I'm so curious about that. Or do they change it? Do we get a completely different version of Mario Kart? Because over there in Japan, you got to wear a helmet. And I was talking to JP about it. He was saying that it's heavy. It's not like it's not like a hat, where you just don't even think about it. Like you're wearing a helmet.
yeah, I was wondering that too. Is that going to work here as well? Not to mention, like those cars are so small. Like the space that you have. Like for me, looking at it legroom wise, I was kind of nervous, but um, like it's like how do people wear those helmets and then like keep them clean and keep them not broken? People, just I'm just gonna go out there, and say it like people in Japan are a lot more respectful than people, in the United States as far as like a property that's not theirs. So
Yeah. Chris West with the super chat. He says the new Mario movie will bring in the crowds too. Oh,
yeah.
it definitely will. The amount of exposure. Um, I don't know when the movie's set to debut, if it has a debut, but yeah, the love that's going to be happening to Mario and the exposure from the movie itself and whatever video games get put out soon, because the new Switch OLED came out. I feel like there's no big game that has taken over the OLED market, right? Is there a big game that has come out for it yet, or no?
For Super Nintendo or for Nintendo Switch, the latest game that came out that was like really popular was Mario Party, the new Mario Party game, and then the new Pokemon, which is like a revisitation of the old. When we were younger, there was one of the OG Pokemon games was Pokemon Pearl and Pokemon Diamond,
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
and they released them again for Nintendo Switch, and it's Pokemon like Brilliant Pearl and like Shining Diamond. I don't know the names of it, but those just came out, and those are I don't know if they're like mega popular, but I know people really liked kind of reliving that game again. So
Yep, yep. We got the doctor with the super chat. Birthday boy. Awesome Power Rangers hat. Manjo fire. Punch. That's right, man. Power Rangers is like anything that comes out Power Rangers, I buy. I can't resist. This is the Green Ranger, but it's just I have a green screen behind me. Were you ever into
yeah,
Power
so
Rangers, Danny?
heck yeah, for sure I was. We got a great chat in the chat right now from Bill Schaefer who says, "Wish Universal would separate the studio tour from the theme park. Buy a ticket or to each or a hopper like Disney. The studio tour should be in depth." And I think Universal had a
Oh,
survey that went out where they asked questions about this, and um, there's definitely an opportunity for Universal Studios to make the studio tour for Universal Studios a really premium experience the way it is in Warner Brothers.
oh my God.
Because
I would love that.
you pay a lot of money for a Warner Brothers studio tour, but it's a very detailed tour experience, and I would be totally okay with the studio tour at Universal Studios being a separate experience. If they're going to plus it up, if they're going to just keep it the way it is right now and charge more money for it, heck no, heck no. But if they're gonna make it like a Warner Brothers studio tour where it's like detailed, you get off, you can walk around, you're going on smaller buses, like that's a tour that I would pay more access for, would do, not as frequently, but it would be really fun to do. And it's also would be really great for the tourists that come, when the tourists do come back, that just like that aspect of Universal and maybe don't really care about the theme parks. So
Dude, very, very good one, Bill. I remember that being in those questionnaires that they were doing for a while. Like, would you consider purchasing a studio tour like experience? I think that I know it does suck to just be like all of a sudden you can't do the studio tour unless you pay for it. But if they did go into like that VIP experience, like you're saying, Danny, where you get off on the studio tour, maybe you walk into some sound stages, you check out all the props for certain things, maybe get to walk through like sets that are actual live sets, but obviously you're not going to be in them, but you can walk and visually see. That'd be sick, dude. I will have to say though, they better keep updating it because I feel like that experience would be awesome, but it could get old. And but I would be down with something like that. Maybe something that also goes over a lot of the history of Universal Studios
yes,
Hollywood.
that was my next comment. You took it right out of my mouth.
Yeah, where it's not just like, oh, let's look at sets and walk off, but like you get a lot of in-depth story into Universal Studios and it being a live filming backlot. That would be cool. I think if they do it though, I'm just gonna throw this out there. If Universal ever did that for the platinum, those people should be able to get on the studio tour. Whoever has the highest pass, just include it in the pass. Like, come on, man. But that'd be cool. It would suck to lose the studio tour, but I don't know if they did it right, it would be badass. It'd be badass.
Yeah, and it'd be a really good potential for Universal to instantly make themselves like a multi-day experience, for vacationers, because you can spend the day in the theme park, enjoying the theme park and the attractions and the shows and the rides, and then another day, doing the studio tour experience, and then maybe having like dinner somewhere, at City Walk or something like that. They instantly make themselves a 2-day experience when they were just kind of like a half-day
Oh,
experience.
so make the studio tour like a 5 hour event, like
Yeah, like
three
a
to five
4.
hour, and it comes with either lunch or dinner also.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a special merch store at the very end, just like WB does.
Yes, exactly, and a
Oh
museum,
my
just
gosh.
like WB as well.
Yeah, the copycat league, right? It's copycat league.
Yeah,
Uh,
but they could step it up because Warner Brothers doesn't have a theme park, but Universal's like, hey, we got a theme park here and we got the tour. So
and then the tour during Halloween time could maybe include horror nights as part of it. People go crazy for that, dude. Studio tour with a horror nights feel. My
hmm
gosh. Super chat. Since the queue of Secret Life of Pets is like being in different New York apartments, they should decorate the inside for Halloween and Christmas. I've never been to New York. I don't know if people decorate, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Um, I I I don't want to say I kind of thought, but it would have been nice if the Secret Life of Pets had a Christmas overlay. Not the queue have a Christmas. I would think the ride would have had a Christmas overlay. Maybe they do next year. I don't know. But like one that is missing a Christmas overlay, which I'm shocked it doesn't have, is Radiator Spring Racers. You would have thought Radiator Spring Racers would have had a Christmas overlay, right, Danny? The whole
yeah,
land has Christmas overlay except the ride.
yeah, yeah.
And
Uh,
Mater's has a Christmas overlay, and Rollick and Roasters has a Christmas overlay.
yeah, it's true. It's true. Chris West with another super chat for 4.99. He says, "Which coffee place would you like to replace the Starbucks and City Walk since Starbucks doesn't want to reopen?" I know Mondo's answer to this.
Which coffee place would you like to replace? I would I say no coffee place. Bring something new. Bring something new. Man, we could let's talk about these subjects. There's a good one. Now we're going into City Walk. Uh, I know this is off topic. Where the hell is the Chocolate Factory Emporium? Nowhere I see, Daddy. I don't see that nowhere. I don't even see anything happening with Chocolate Factory Emporium that was supposed to come to Universal City Walk.
More importantly, where's NBC Grill?
Well, NBC, didn't it open?
No, I don't. It did. I thought they were just using the patio for dining.
No. That one has opened, but to be quite frank, nobody cared.
Is it? No, it has opened. Sports Grill opened.
Yeah, the Sports Grill's open.
Are you sure it's not just the patio being used?
No, it's for sure. Mystery Bay went. Mystery Bay said it was a good environment. It's really cool setup. The food sucked. I was like, that's just a place that you just go there to get drinks and watch the game, which ain't nothing bad with that. For me, Starbucks, I really couldn't tell you what should replace that. Maybe add a Mexican food. I feel like there's no Mexican food options at City Walk. That would be a good addition for me. Some Mexican food. Put a puesto. You know what you should put? Put a puesto there. That'd be good. But Chris, I'm okay if there's no Starbucks. That'd be cool with me. But there is no the Chocolate Factory Emporium or whatever. And anybody that I've ever talked to about the Chocolate Factory Emporium over there in Universal Hollywood or Universal Orlando, nobody ever likes the food. They say the treats and the shakes that they do are really good, but I don't know how many people want chocolate on their salad, stuff like that. Not me. I don't know. The Universal City Walk, I feel, got kind of rocked. Because they also closed the Sandal place, and I don't think anything has come to there. Lots of times, too, the Raider store closed. And I was like, is this even coming back? And I don't even know if Margaritaville has opened. Man, Universal City Walk, there's just been no promoting from the theme park or its Twitter or anything. I don't know. Maybe I need to do some updates.
Did you ever show us Firehouse subs, Mondo?
I haven't done a video on it. I did get a sub and I enjoyed it. It just took me like 40 minutes to get a sandwich, and I was like, it was all right. It legit took like 40 minutes to get a sub. But I guess maybe it was like in its opening time period because I was there during Horror Nights when I got the sub. But I don't know. I just feel like when it's like a sandwich, dude, I don't think it should be taking 40 minutes. But it is what it is. I enjoyed it, though. I will have to admit, I enjoyed it. Yeah, City Walk is kind of in a weird place. I think I want to just throw this out there. I really think they regret shutting down the what is it called again? The Star Rock Hotel. I don't even know what it's called. Planet Rock. What was that big restaurant that was there right outside the theater? They had the Van Halen guitar, which was amazing.
Was it Hard Rock?
Was it Hard Rock Cafe?
I don't even remember.
Universal Studios Hollywood restaurant with guitar. That's what I'm gonna post.
Yeah, it was Hard Rock.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with the Hard Rock. That's why I was really shocked that they were transitioning into the
Chocolate Emporium.
Maybe the Chocolate Emporium has like a following that we just never knew about. But the Hard Rock was fine. People loved eating there. It was always, for me, I always thought it was busy. You know what's unheard of and never talked about? The Brazilian restaurant in the very back corner. That never came back. And as far as I know, they're not coming back ever because they started like some weird construction and whatever theming they used to have, it's not there no more. That's never talked about. That restaurant, man, I wonder what's happening. I wonder what's happening. I don't even know if they do the floating skydiving thing anymore either. I have no idea. I never seen it on. But I'm rarely at City Walk at night, so I mean maybe that's like a night thing. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy to talk about these subjects. All right.
I say we transition to Disneyland.
Yeah. I was gonna say closing thoughts real quick, Danny, on Universal in the future.
I think I have a feeling that you're right in regards to Universal. I think the theme park's going to take a back seat right now. Universal is in the process of modernizing and revitalizing its studio setup. There's a big need for it. Hollywood is transitioning to places like Georgia and Texas, where tax breaks are a little bit better based on movie production, and OG Hollywood has to do some things to kind of spruce it up. It's awesome to be shooting stuff, on the sets of Universal because it's historic and they're so versatile. And then the crews that, Mondo knows some of them. The crews that work on these sets can just build some awesome things inside the different sound stages. But when you have such amazing productions outside of California, they gotta, start producing here, and Universal spending a lot of money on this, but it's going to pay back in dividends if they can get like Netflix and Disney Plus and other things to start filming here instead of filming like in Georgia.
And not even that too. Those sound stages they created, maybe they start dedicating those to Peacock TV shows in the near future, because Peacock's super important to whatever Universal's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And all, dude. Yeah, I feel like a lot of shift in the theme park world. It's just transitioned into the movie industry and the TV show industry, and I don't know. I don't know when they put the focus back on the theme park, because there has been big changes. There has been big changes, as crazy as it is. Kung Fu Panda Theater, Jurassic World: The Ride transition, Secret Life of Pets, and that whole area was brand new. The Walking Dead just got kicked out. The lower lot with Transformers, that's not that really old if you really think about it. Even Harry Potter Land only being 5 years old, that's kind of crazy too. So there's been a lot. It's just like us theme park guests, I guess you could say, we always want more. That's really the answer. But I'm happy. I love Universal Studios Hollywood. We just all want the best and it to keep bringing more creativity and fire for the future. But I'm very excited for Super Nintendo World and wherever that takes us. And hopefully we get a new show over there at the Fear Factor stage. I don't even know what to call it. The stage right before Simpsons Land. I hope a show comes back. And lastly, the one thing I really, really hope gets changed is the Pets Animal Show. I know a lot of people like it, but I think it's time something new comes. Something new. Universal has plethora of IPs that can come to that show and create something amazing. And I know Universal is incredible when it comes down to creating any type of entertainment show. With the most recent being the Born Stuntacular over there in Florida. That thing is insane. I can't believe storytelling went to that level. It's so good. It's so good. All right, everybody. Let's get down to business and talk about Disneyland. I'll let you start, Danny. Where do you want to start, my friend?
I kind of wanted to talk about downtown Disney, since that's coming up, and that's the first thing that we're going to see before the Toontown closures. We're going to see the closure of Earl of Sandwich, Sugar Boo and Co., and the second Starbucks coming up here, and walls start popping up around the former AMC Theater, and probably the whole entrance to downtown Disney right there completely changing temporarily while they start the transformation of the new downtown Disney with that first corner there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's coming soon. They said January. So
Dude, we're in the final days of a lot of those shops now, Danny.
we need to have a Mondo farewell video at Earl of Sandwich.
Not even just
Getting
Earl,
your
but
final French dip.
yeah, dude, so crazy. I hope Earl, for everything they've been through, gets just relocated. I don't know where or how they could do that. Uh, for those additions that are coming to January and the construction of downtown Disney, just off the top of your head, Danny, like how long do you think this could be a project that is constructed for? You think we're looking at like a 6 month thing, a 1 year thing, a 2 year thing?
I don't know. I feel like
Because there's a lot of implications to the hotel guests. Now they got to kind of go around ESPN zone, so
yeah,
that's
it's
affecting a lot.
and it affects the parking too.
The parking, the Simba parking over there, that back area.
No, it affects the hotel parking, which is attached to the back of it.
Oh my gosh.
That
So
dreaded parking lot that we used to wait in when we had to wait in long lines to get into downtown Disney.
So, like, what kind of project do you think this is, Danny? Like, in regards to time?
I would say more than 1 year.
Damn,
Yeah,
dude, that's a lot of time.
yeah. Disney doesn't move fast on projects like these. Although I don't know, they came flying with Pelican's Landing, dude. I feel like Pelican's Landing went up in like a day.
I feel like it took them a month. They were just like, bloop, bloop,
Yeah,
done.
just like done. It
So
was
crazy.
maybe they bring that at level of energy to this project, but if Disney World is any indicator of their current speed on projects, it's not very fast. So
Yeah, I think the construction of downtown Disney, and the renovations that they're gonna make, I would hope are amazing and bring more life to downtown Disney. Not that it was lacking, but ever since the AMC Theater, ESPN Zone, and what was the restaurant called? Rainforest Cafe. Since all those have kind of gone down, dude, that corner has just been. It's not the place to be. It's not the. It went from the place to be to the place not to be.
yeah, remember the Asian Eats little like pop up restaurant?
It just didn't survive.
Yeah,
Yeah, they even try to have the Habit back there for a while. They also tried to have that Creeps mobile whatever it's called. Nothing works. Like there's just no crowds. They can't sustain.
yeah.
Um.
It definitely changed when they shut it all down for hotel construction, and then canceled the project. It really changed the whole aspect of downtown Disney, and I don't think downtown Disney really ever recovered from that. And they kind of just had to move forward with whatever new plans they had, and we're finally getting the first part of it, I think. And I feel like it's going to creep its way up, piece by piece, through downtown Disney. I think a lot of things are going to remain unchanged, um, like the restaurants themselves, but like even the way Tortilla Joe's is kind of like spilled out into the pathway. It looks to me it looks really bad because it's like touching the fountain and it's like not supposed to be that far out and it's like doesn't fit the theme anymore and you're supposed to be able to go around all sides of the fountain, but like they had to move outside the restaurant during the pandemic and then they never retreated, so they're just kind of there. So I feel like Disney can really do a good job giving them an outdoor space, a better outdoor space, like they did for Naples, where they because Naples had to move to all that outdoor space before the construction too, and then they were kind of like spilling out, and then they finally built this really nice outdoor space for Naples, and now they don't ever go beyond what's just their own space.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks nice. So they need to do the same thing for Tortilla Joe's, um, and I'm trying to think of any other. There's like Uva Bar's fine the way it is, and Splitsville has too big of patio because not a lot of people use it.
Yeah, for me, Splitsville, it was a really great idea. The whole concept of bringing bowling to downtown Disney. They have like a bar, an outdoor area. I think if they bring, because I could have sworn they were supposed to have live entertainment always there, and that's gone. Um,
The bowling aspect could have done really, really well for downtown Disney, extremely well, but it's too expensive. It's way too expensive, and it's always been too expensive. And you're not going to get locals because they have some pretty gigantic and classic bowling alleys very near to Disneyland, not that far.
yeah, like
And
less than
they're
10 minutes.
yeah, and they're huge and old fashioned, and a lot. They've been there for a while, and have any local is just going to go to those places. They're not going to go, pay to park at downtown Disney and then go bowling at a at Splitsville for like literally triple the money, and then no person on vacation is going to skip the theme parks to go bowling for the price of that either. So it's
Like
like
I
who's their real market? I don't know.
I don't see like how a family can pause their trip at the parks to be like, look, I've had enough of Disneyland. I've had enough of DCA. Let's hit up Splitsville. Like, where's that conversation, Daddy? like, I we're going to the parks. I didn't travel this far. $800 a night at the Grand Californian to go to Splitsville. Like that just ain't happening, dude.
Yeah,
Uh,
for a 40 something dollar per person per hour bowling alley or whatever the heck it is.
Another odd turn of events. Millie Ram. Did we really need a Pele store, soccer store, a Pele soccer store? To me, the answer is no. But I get that they wanted to maybe try something new, bring something different to downtown Disney. But I don't know where the soccer market is it strong enough to sustain paying rent and all the employees and whatever overhead expenses they have. I'm gonna have to say no. Uh, I think that was a really odd move to have a Pele soccer store. Uh, I just want to say like World of Disney just dominates downtown Disney. But am I going to downtown Disney to get some soccer merch? I for me it's a no. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Pele store, Danny?
To me, it all seems really temporary. When you did your walkthrough in there and the pictures I saw, like Paul's Theme Park Adventures, um, it's very much like and even like I was telling Mondo too, California Soul, the sandals place, like they literally didn't even do any work to change it really from the Sanook store that was there. They just shoved in different branding and called it a different store, and they're selling the same product just in a different thing. Like not really a lot of work to change that store. Uh, same really with like Curl Surf. It used to be Quicksilver Roxy store, and then like they just replaced it with the same exact thing. Not too much changed really on the store itself. The Void was one big space, and it was a big open space because it was essentially a maze that you walked through while wearing VR, materials. And when you walked through the maze, the objects in the maze were what you were seeing in real life, so you could physically interact with them. So it was a big open space. And then they gave that one big open space to two stores, but the big open space still exists, and there's no real separation between the two stores. So if you look at like Mondo's walkthrough or like Paul's pictures or whatever, you see the open ceiling and how it goes into the next store. And it's just like a temporary pop-up store. It almost looks just like a temporary pop-up store with like a barrier here and then like some temporary setups with like carpet put down. It's like a convention. It's like a temporary convention store put up. And they both are probably going to look that way. And my opinion is we see all these changes coming into the south side of downtown Disney closest to the hotel. we don't know what Disney's plans are for the remainder of downtown Disney leading all the way up to the theme parks. Maybe there's some massive changes coming into play. Um, and so, yeah, if you can see here in this video, when you walk through, if you stop it right there, look, the walls don't even go up to the walls don't even go up to the ceiling.
Right here.
It's just like it's like bam, there's their other half of that gigantic warehouse part of this.
That's
It's
gonna
like
be
when you're
stored with a postcard store or something, right?
yeah, it's like when you're in Star Wars Trading Post and you're clearly in this like small little square that's been sectioned off from this huge restaurant that used to be Rainforest Cafe. Like, you know, these are just like temporary. And in my opinion, like we said, we don't know what the changes are coming to downtown Disney. Maybe these are just temporary tenants to put something in downtown Disney, um, to bring in some sort of business in an otherwise empty space, until these changes come into the next phase of downtown Disney where that building maybe gets completely changed and redone. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
too
like
much change can be done to those buildings structurally though, because they're connected to the Grand. So, you know, that's like a whole
may,
other story.
maybe this Pele store was like a 6 month lease or something.
Yeah, it does. It looks very temporary. It looks very, very temporary. It doesn't look like a lot of money was spent on the store. And to me, I think it's because there's bigger changes coming to downtown Disney, and this was just an empty space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. None of the everything. Yeah, like nothing here screams like this is gonna be here for a long time.
Hmm.
Man. But hey, anybody interested in soccer merch, definitely head out to Pele. I have no idea if pricing is in the range of like what you would pay at a different store. Because I always feel like things that are in downtown Disney are tend to be a little higher than like wherever else you would shop. But this is now available. It's open. Pele. I think it officially had its opening too, recently. Um, I want to talk about another thing, Danny. Right here. Orange County Register, and this has been, I feel like, everywhere. Disneyland pass holder lawsuit alleges Magic Key deceptively advertised no blockout dates. Most importantly, the $5 million suit filed on behalf of all annual pass holders alleges Disneyland relegated them to second class ticket holders by artificially limiting Magic Key reservations and the number of pass holders that can visit on any given date. Like, what my first thoughts were, I feel like Disneyland had a feeling something like this could have come. So I don't. I have it. I have a feeling that like they're not. They're not like totally just unprepared. Like, oh my, where is this lawsuit coming from? I feel like they are ready for whatever this is coming, dude. How do you feel about this lawsuit, man?
I don't know. It's weird too that Disney typically like 99% of the time will always take a public lawsuit like this and they'll settle outside of court, and then the lawsuit just kind of goes away, and they don't talk about it. But this is the first time that like I've seen in a while where Disney requests that the court be seen by the federal court,
Yeah,
and
right
so
here,
they're
guys.
actually
It says
yeah, so they're
the case was moved to United States District Court on Wednesday, December 15th, because the matter in controversy exceeds the sum or value of $5 million. And Walt Disney Parks and Resorts is based in Florida, while the plaintiff lives in California, according to the court filing.
yeah.
I wonder what's gonna happen with these moves.
Yeah, so and the spokesperson said we intend to respond as the case proceeds in court. So, uh, I think they're actually gonna fight this one probably. Um, you know, they're Disneyland's always been pretty open about the fact that you had to book a reservation when you bought the Magic Key. I think what people weren't prepared for was um, the limitation of how many reservations would be available, and and maybe what Disney did that they shouldn't have done is sold too many of them, and then the reservations got taken away. Um, and then the problem with that is that now you're selling a brand new. I mean, it's true. If you are selling a brand new $1,400 pass when it was still available for sale at the time, you couldn't use that pass for 2 more months. So if you're paying monthly for a pass, um, you're looking at it. You're like, oh, okay, well, I can't go until January.
Mhm.
Uh, so and it was like October at the time. So you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm buying an annual pass that I can't use right now,
Yeah.
and it's just
I
like why are you spending the money on it? But at the same time, like there's probably a really good chance you could use it if you're willing to like you know stock the reservation calendar every day like we do. The day before or the day couple days before, but not everyone does that. They buy an annual pass that has access for 365 days potentially. They expect to be able to get a reservation or at least enough to fill the six that they're allotted with the specific pass that's in this lawsuit. But I feel like Disney covered their butt a lot with all the verbiage, and they were pretty upfront with like reservations being needing to be part of this. I don't necessarily see how they're going to be liable too much. Like maybe the only thing is that they have to make it a little bit more clear in their verbiage. Like the result of is like they have to be more clear in their verbiage on like sales stuff and websites that like what the access calendar looks like, and before you spend money like you have to see it. And I don't know, like maybe that's the result of this. So it's like someone can't buy something and then all of a sudden you know you didn't know what you were buying, and Disney doesn't give refunds at least on this stuff. So
yeah.
it's like
Did you ever feel there was a problem with Disney putting like no blockout dates, but everything revolves around reservations being available? Those are like two statements that make no sense. Like to me, I
yeah.
understand, but to the normal guest who's gonna not use it as much, but they want to buy it, I feel like to me as a guest that's not super into Disney, it feels like I just have to make reservations and I could go whenever I want because there's no blockout dates. But then the answer is like, well, there's no reservation, so you just can't go.
Yeah, it's like I have a friend that I work with that has the mat not the dream key, but the believe key, the second most expensive one. And he's okay with like getting just like two reservations in like the next 3 months. And like for him he's just like, oh, I got my 2 days, we're good, like I don't really care. And like for him that's enough, like to just have that many. And then there's some people that like want to go all the time. The thing that really irritates me about this lawsuit is like the whole verbiage of, I don't know who, whether it was the lawyer that said this or whether it was the person that's filing the lawsuit that said this, but like that whole like sentence that they said like, oh, they're putting us as second class citizens of owning a ticket. Like, how is a person buying a ticket a second class citizen? Like, a person buying a ticket is potentially spending a lot of money. So they're not a. That's like a weird take on it to me. To like I don't ever feel like because I'm I don't ever feel like because I have a magic key or I had an annual pass that Disney should treat me any differently than someone that has a ticket. Like, you know, I don't like we don't pay any more really, because if you spread out how much we use our pass like over time, like we're probably paying less, but we also spend a lot of money in the parks too and buy a lot of things. In the case of you and me, we also probably help Disney make a lot of money by like promoting it.
I,
So I
I
just think I feel like that's a weird take to like think that because you have the magic key, you should be treated any better than like a ticket person. So that was like a weird sentence to throw in your
Yeah, I
lawsuit.
think what you're talking about is right here. Miss
Yeah.
Nielsen did not know and had no way of knowing that the Dream Key was essentially a second class ticket with limited availability because Disney had reserved an unknown majority of the available reservations for single day or other full price ticket purchases, the suit said. Uh, and then it kind of just goes into the whole. The complaint accuses Disneyland of breach of contract, negligent misrepresentation, and false advertising, and seeks civil penalties to prevent Disney from engaging in similar unlawful trade practices, restitution based on the harm consumers experience, and repayment of all revenue gained by the practice. And Disney, it says at the bottom, Disney has not filed an answer according to the suit. You best believe as soon as they file an answer, that's going to be that's a topic of the day for sure. For
Yeah, I just feel like
sure.
it's a weird take. Um, because it's just like a I don't know, I would have used that verbiage. And I don't know if that was
And,
her that did it or the lawyer that did that.
and
So,
we've talked about this so many times that Disney, it's like they're in this never ending battle of opening reservations for key holders and then essentially ticket sales. And it's this balancing act of uh there's a lot of people that are buying tickets and then these reservations for key holders that are eligible to go these days, but we're selling a lot of tickets so we can't open these reservations because they've been very honest about it. They're in they what do they call it, a phase reopening. They're not
mhm.
at 100% capacity. So there's so many battles of these like it's a balancing act that's just not working out, and that's what that suit is saying.
Yeah, it's
I
just I feel like with um it's almost like the problem is that like um the magic key should have been extremely limited and they should have sold out
well
quickly.
that's exactly Danny what they should have done, and I was just saying this was I forgot who it was. They should have said we have 15,000 of this key available, and that is it. And maybe we will reassess things in the future, but to have the proper capacities and to keep the experience high, it has to be a limited amount. Instead of, it seemed like it was going into a section of it was just being oversold, and then they just out of nowhere shut it down without any warning.
Mhm.
I think they should have been clear with like, hey, we have 10,000 to believe, we have 15,000 of enchant, and this and that, and like that's just as far as it goes. That's what we could
Mhm.
offer right now.
Until we're like at regular like staffing and everything. And then we can
Yeah,
reconsider it at that time.
and I think nobody would have been upset with that because then it would have been like they were clear. They made it very clear that like this is what's available to keep the experience high and obviously have availability. I will say this though, Danny, we did our research and our reading of all that fine print back in the day when these keys came out. I was really aware of what we were getting into, and I think the Magic Key program. I don't know. Maybe I get a lot of negativity for saying this. I think it's done really good. I think it's done really good. I am a local that can go like on a weekday. So things are a lot different for a person that can only go on a weekend
Mhm.
because those
Well,
are two.
I can go opposite of that and give the other
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
of
I can only give my opinion because I don't have two keys and two. You know what is your experience been with the keys, Eddie?
my experience is the same in the sense that I am a person that has a regular Monday through Friday job that does not do YouTube full time like Mondo, where I can go any day. And my only days that I can go, granted a special day off, um, are Saturdays and Sundays. And, you know, I've had a weekend day every weekend since the Magic Key program launched. I've had a reservation every single weekend. No matter what weekend it was, I had it. If I was here to be able to go. And if I didn't, I would cancel the reservation. But I've had one for every weekend since the program started in April or whenever the heck we got them. I don't remember. Uh, and or no, it does not open in April. We got it in August. Was it August?
I think
But
it was August.
yeah,
I don't remember. It
August. So
was
like
like
I've had it since then every weekend, no problem. Has it been no problem? No. It's like, but I'm the kind of person that will, I can only go these days, so I have to check the calendar, see when these drops happen, and then I share it with you guys on Instagram or whatever so that you guys can try to get reservations. But when they drop, I grab the reservations that I need, and then I can go on those, particular times. So, in my opinion, um, it's been successful for me. But I don't have like, I'm not, living in NorCal. I'm not a NorCal person or out of state person that had the premier pass before and would be able to plan my vacation in October a year from now, knowing that I could for sure 100% get into Disneyland during that time period with my pass that I paid for. Whereas now, this person who lives out of state that has this pass or that decided to purchase it can't book so far out because they can only book 90 days out. And even then, they can't even guarantee they're going to get every single day of their vacation that they're trying to book for their whole family. And so it makes it really hard to plan in that sense. But like you mentioned, Mono, just in our use case of being like a local and going, you know, on a weekly basis.
for the
I
locals, it's doing exactly what it needs to do. No,
Yeah, and maybe Disney doesn't want those out of state people to have it and use it in that way. The way that they were in the past. They want you to, buy these tickets or take advantage of ticket offers or
yeah, real quick, Simon's with the super chat. Magic Key, what would Walt say or do? Every time I see like what would Walt say, I always say like I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know. But thank you for the super chat, Simon. Roro says we bought 4Dream 5600. We could not get December until it was opened up. Got lucky, but Disney should have been transparent and not hide behind lawyerly fine print. To go more off what Roro is kind of saying, what Danny's talking about, maybe their intentions were kind of to, I don't know how to say this because we're on a live stream, so I can't really like think super hard before I say it, which I'm trying to do right now. Maybe that out of towner or out of state when the Magic Keys were created really wasn't thought too much into the plan. And what I mean by that, Magic Keys only go out so far. And like Danny was saying, what about that family that wants to plan a trip in August? You can't even consider it, right, Danny?
not with a
Because
Magic Key, no.
not with the
But you
Magic
could
Key,
have with an annual pass.
but with an annual pass, hey Danny, let's start saving up for that 7-day trip in August. And I've said this before too in other live streams. The Magic Key, I feel like I can only say how I felt. I felt like the marketing they were doing and the way that they were making the keys sound, it sounded like we want you to plan your trips now. I know y'all like coming on spontaneous trips and coming after work and coming whenever you want, but no, we want you to plan your trips. And I feel like Magic Keys have done the opposite because it's so sporadic. The dates have opened up whenever. Like to try to book like 3 days in a row, you got to get lucky sometimes, right, Danny?
Yeah.
Like, because you can only book one day at a time. You got to go back in the process, book the next day, go back in the and then for a while, and I feel like this hasn't been talked about. This is a great time to talk about. when say me and you, Danny, were on a reservation on our app or whatever, or on the website, I had to cancel everybody's reservation that day to be like, Danny can't come, so only I could go. And I had to like rebook it and hope I get that same day again. Disney has updated that now where I could cancel only one person on the reservation. I don't know if people know that, but that update, I noticed it yesterday. I noticed that yesterday, and I was like, "That I'm glad Disney did that because the whole idea of canceling everyone's reservation just because one person can't make it, that was horrible." I was like, "How was that not thought of in the beginning?" My goodness! But hey, at least
Yeah.
they updated it.
We got a celebrating 5 months of membership. Merciless Kid. Grateful to be back in the parks with a pass. So excited for everything coming in 2022.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you for the 5 months of membership, Merciless Kitty. We'll get into that right now too, the 2022 stuff. Lisa says, as much as I hate the reservations, Disney explained program, and we knowingly rolled the dice on the new program. Can't compare old program. That's the thing too. It is a new program, and anything that are faults and like the negative side of it, there's so much exposure to that. Like, we hate this, or we didn't think that, or like the positive of Magic Keys. I'm glad I don't have to pay ticket prices when I go to Disneyland anymore, Danny. It
Yeah.
hurts. I can't afford it. It's impossible. Now that there's a tier 6, so ticket prices went up even more. I'm super thankful for a Magic Key, my friend.
Yeah,
I think the Magic Keys
the
just
only
need an
thing
update
that
of verbiage.
the only thing is they maybe you need to be a little more clear on the verbiage. I've been happy, like Mondo, with the Magic Key and the way that I've been able to use it. The only thing I wish that they made more clear, and I really really hope they change this, is in regards to cancellations. There needs to be a very clear and concise way that I, as the key holder, know how many no shows I have,
We still don't even know that.
yeah, and when those occurred, because if you're gonna do something like penalize me for 90 days or 30 days that I can't make a reservation, I need to have a way of backing that up. Because what if there's a day that the cast member at the gate doesn't scan me in right, and I go into the park and I don't switch parks, and I'm in just one park, and it doesn't scan in. I mean, even the day I went to go use Genie Plus,
Yeah.
the park didn't register me scanning in. So what if that particular day I got marked as a no show, and then those particular um, things keep happening, then all of a sudden I get marked for a penalty. I have no way of tracking that. There's absolutely zero way
Yeah, I was going
for
to
you
say,
to track.
Danny, unless you try to buy Disney Genie Plus, you would have never known that the park never scanned you in.
Yeah, so like there's no way for us as key holders for us to track whether or not we've been penalized or have a penalty. And if you're going to penalize us, there needs to be a clear way for us to track that. It can't just be on us knowing, because what if there's a system error that caused an issue and we don't know that? Like, I'm not tracking that. Like, I'll track an actual day I don't show for a reservation that I have, but I can't track the errors that may happen or other things that come into play. So there needs to be a way to track it. And then they also, in my opinion, need to make the change that Disney World has, where Disney World, you can cancel same day. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
As long as you can.
at any you could cancel in the morning, the midday, at night. It doesn't matter. You can cancel whenever. There's no like you need to cancel by 5 or you need to cancel by midnight like the ones we have now, or 11:59. We got John Booz with the super chat. Me and my buddy are visiting February 10th for a few days, and no reservations for Trader Sam's popped for our days yet. Any tips to try to get those green beans? Fire punch. One great tip: just do the standby. I feel like if you go uh in standby, you're not waiting that long. I feel like the Trader Sam's hype has gone down a lot, in my opinion. I think you'd be fine to just do a walk-in standby. They usually have a QR code that you just sign because it's like a virtual queue. But you'll be fine, John Booze. Trader Sam, I miss Trader Sam's, man. I've been talking about it lately. We need to go
Yeah,
back.
honestly, I like when you do a walk up. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be seated outside. People with reservations are seated inside. Honestly, the inside at Trader Sam's is really fun, but there's no tables bigger than a four top inside of Trader Sam's, and majority of the seating inside is around the bar, and it's very tight. So if you want to be in that kind of really tight experience, it's loud. You can't really communicate too well amongst your party, and you want that tiki vibe, like go for reservations. But like Mondo was saying, in my opinion, the outdoor experience at Trader Sam's is more enjoyable. You don't get the magical effects that go on when you order certain drinks, but you get a more Hawaiian, tropical, relaxing vibe when you're outside. You get all the food. You have the tiki torches all around you. You got the waterfall of the pool in the background. Like
And
it's a really nice experience outside, and it's super easy to do walk up.
one thing too, Danny, they have sometimes. I think they're called the Island Brothers. That they do live entertainment like music,
Yeah.
and that's only outside. They don't do that in the inside. I
Hmm.
love it when they're singing out there. It's just the ambiance is beautiful. We have Tracy with the super chat. I am hoping with the addition of magic bands, they will allow people to book 4 or 5 hours blocks of time to help out. So a partial reservation. What does that mean? I'm confused. Will they allow to book a 4 or 5 hour blocks of time to help out? I don't know what that means, Danny. You know?
She's basically saying what you've been saying. She wants like an after one reservation.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. Uh I think the perfect idea, someone else said it. I don't know who it was. I wish I could give credit to it. The 1 o'clock reservation, the same day, 1 o'clock reservation should be open. Uh it's a genius idea. That it just complements what they already have. And then the days that they're not filling up, I could imagine by 1 o'clock they already know what the crowds are going to look like because they already know the data from the reservations. They could just open up 1 p.m. reservations so the people that want to come from 1 o'clock and then to the evening.
Hmm.
Like to me, it just fills in the gaps to keep the business going. I don't see any negative about a 1 p.m. reservation. The only thing that I see is if you don't show up, you get penalized. But there we go. uh, for the penalty, I want to bring this up. S Zuki says people on Reddit are saying they're able to book more reservations despite missing the 3 already. Seems like an idle threat. S Zuki, you're not your statement on that. I've heard it a lot too. I've heard that same statement, but I'm in the position I don't want to risk that, so I could not tell you firsthand. But a lot of people have told me
Yeah.
they miss more than 3, and they could still make reservations.
Yeah, Mondo's not in the position where he can afford to gamble with that.
And another thing, I mentioned it before. My girlfriend, she had the Flex passport that it was called back then, and it would email you. You missed December 19th. These are the penalties that come with it. And it tells you you will not be able to make a reservation in 30 days. It'll give you the wording of your penalty. Right now, if you miss a reservation, there's nothing. You don't get an email, a notification. And as time goes on, you don't even know what day you missed. And I mentioned it on previous lives where I just wanted to know the days I missed. So I went to the ticket booth. They can't tell you. There's no system that tells you what days you missed. So And I thought that was funny. I told Danny, I was like, what am I? I'm supposed to penalize myself? Mondo, you cannot go now. You can't reserve for 30 days, Mondo. Because Disney said so. Oh, man. Jiminy Disney, what's up, brother? Hey, everyone, just checking back from Disney on Ice. Have to agree. Let us cancel whenever. Someone will fill it.
Yeah,
I agree.
they'll fill it. Just like at Disney World. It benefited Mondo when he was there.
Yeah, at Disney World, I canceled my reservation every single day I went because I wasn't sure if I really wanted to go to Epcot. Oh, Magic Kingdom open. I'd rather just go to Magic Kingdom. Oh, Hollywood Studios is open. I'd rather just go there. I canceled and recreated one on every day of my trip from my most recent Walt Disney World trip like a couple weeks ago.
Yep. Jiminy Disney has a follow-up question.
Serious question. Has the Disney reservation system been positive at all? Like, what are the pros been? I can hack it fine. So it's really about avoiding those behind crowded days. I think it's been a positive thing because Disney can forecast staffing, food, whatever logistics they need when it comes down to the theme park attendance. For the people using the Magic Key reservations, I think for the most part, locals have been fine with it. That's my opinion. The pros are we do not have to buy tickets anymore. That's my biggest pro. I can't think of a better pro than that. And I don't have to pay for parking, dog. Reservation or no reservation. I could just go to downtown Disney if I want. And that's $30, dude. That's a $30 value right there. What do you think, Daddy?
Yeah, it's definitely been positive for Disney, so they can forecast stuff and kind of direct crowds to specific spaces. So you're not experiencing like like a 2-hour wait for Bengal barbecue or something like that. You may have longer waits still, but they're kind of able to spread things out with the mobile order system and with the reservations. So I feel like, and it does make people more. I feel like it spreads out the ability of like when people come to the park a little better because we don't have those. We also don't have those stories anymore on the news or on social media of like the 5 freeway being blocked, like 5 South being blocked because there's like a million people trying to get to the resort at 5 p.m. and there's like a 2-hour wait to get into the parking structure. Like we don't have any of those stories anymore because it kind of like makes people a little more intentional about how they plan their visits to Disneyland, and so they arrive at different times. If they're planning a day far in advance, they're going to be planning to get there earlier because reservations are not as easy to come by. So they'll be more intentional about how they plan to spend their day at Disneyland. So they're not just all showing up in 50 different cars right at 5 o'clock, on a Friday night, causing those issues. So I feel like it's helped the city a lot in that way.
And one thing too, since reservations have started, there's been 0 capacity being hit at any parking lot. And that was a big issue back then.
That was a daily issue.
I hated it. I couldn't park at Mickey and Friends, Pixar Pals, and Toy Story. Where do you park?
Yeah, it was like 11 a.m.
And it was only 11 a.m. or something.
It was like 11 a.m. and you'd get the tweet from Disneyland Today when that was a Twitter account. And it'd be like, as of 11:34 a.m., there's no parking left at the Disneyland Resort. We will update you with whatever. So they were telling you to park at Angel Stadium.
And then you had to be bussed over.
Yeah, they would bus you in from Angel Stadium.
That was crazy. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Emily Osborne, Mondo. My family love going to Disneyland, but we don't really go on rides. Is Genie Plus worth it? No, don't even consider buying it. In your case, just enjoy. I'm guessing you go for the nostalgia, the entertainment, the characters, the food. You do not need Disney Genie Plus at all.
Yeah. The audio moments are cool, but if you are a family that likes to take a lot of photos for your Christmas visit, and you could enjoy the audio moments Since if you like history and like facts about Disneyland that maybe you didn't know, then just have one person buy Genie Plus, and then that one person gets all your photo passes for the day, and then that one person can share with you the audio moment, the audio tours, and you guys can listen to it as a group on speaker, or you can put in like maybe you share headphones, whatever. But you only need to have one person spend $20 if you're going to use it that way. You don't need to have everyone spend the money.
Yeah. And then honestly, you could just share the Genie Pluses for lightning lanes if you even need it, but only one person could go.
Yeah.
We have Susan with the question. I'm a Dream holder. Did Genie Plus? Oh, I did Genie Plus yesterday and loved it. We're going to Walt Disney World in March. I wish there was a program that could get my discounts on restaurants and merch. What do you think? There used to be a program, right, Danny, in Florida, where it would apply to food and or just food. I think it was.
There still is. So if you, Susan, if you have an annual pass at Walt Disney World, I don't know if you do. I can't tell by what you're asking. But you do get discounts on merchandise. You just don't get discounts on food.
No
That's
food.
not something that Disney World has ever done. So they have a program called Tables in Wonderland,
That's what it was called.
which offers discounts to sit down restaurants, like table service dining restaurants. But you have to pay into that membership every year, and then it gives you a bunch of discounts at participating restaurants in that particular thing. So, but yeah, there is no annual pass holder discounts on dining at Walt Disney World. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's just no discounts over there. We got a question.
I did want to. Oh,
Oh,
go
what
ahead.
were you gonna say?
I did want to bring up a change since she brought up Walt Disney World. A big change actually happened just a couple of days ago with Lightning Lane. So over in Walt Disney World, each theme park at Walt Disney World of the 4 theme parks offers 2 individual Lightning Lanes, and then all the rest of the attractions at said theme park are included with Genie Plus. But there are some parks like Epcot and Disney's Animal Kingdom that don't really have a lot of attractions per se, like rides. Like they have some really, really great rides at Animal Kingdom and Epcot, but there's just not the same volume that exists at Hollywood Studios or at Disney or the Magic Kingdom. And so paying $20 and like it's kind of like DCA versus Disneyland, like 6 Magic or 6 Genie Plus Lightning Lanes at DCA versus like 18 at Disneyland or whatever the heck it is.
I think it's like
You're
13.
yeah, you get like more than double the value.
And it's the
So
same cost.
yeah, and so to then take it a step further at Walt Disney World and then remove 2 of the very little that you get and put it into a pay per ride thing, they were just realizing was a really poor guest experience and just wasn't working as far as like the guests actually utilizing it. So we saw the change yesterday or the day before yesterday, I can't remember, where Disney removed attractions from the individual Lightning Lane list and threw them into the actual just regular Genie Plus Lightning Lane list. So at Epcot, we saw Frozen Ever After go from a pay-as-you-ride experience to being lumped in with Genie Plus, which is perfect in my opinion. Frozen Ever After should never have been an individual Lightning Lane. Right now, individual Lightning Lane at Epcot is only for Ratatouille because it's a brand new ride. It's in demand, so that makes sense to me. At the Magic Kingdom, they removed what was it? The Magic Kingdom?
Space Mountain,
Yes.
Frozen Ever After, Mickey and
Mhm.
Minnie's Runaway Railway, and Expedition Everest are now included in the $15 Genie Plus lineup and not offered as individual purchases.
It's nice to have Mickey and Minnie's as part of that. That gives me hope that here at Disneyland we won't have we won't have an individual Lightning Lane for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
And by the way, this was from blogmickey.com. Definitely check out his website. Amazing. I have a feeling Web Slingers is going to get added and Radiator Springs is just going to get added. And the only individual Lightning Lane will probably be Rise of the Resistance. That's what I think, Danny.
Yeah, I hope that web slingers gets added. I don't feel like it needs to be an individual lightning lane. And I definitely think that Radiator Springs Racers needs to be added to the, especially with how little lightning lanes are available at DCA. They need to throw Radiator Springs Racers back in there.
I want to
Like,
show this. This is a picture that I took yesterday. This was not the regular line. This was individual lightning lanes that people paid. I think it was $12, and standby itself was 150 minutes. But this is lightning lane line.
yeah,
Um, I was shocked that this was the lightning lane line. Uh, I want to talk about lightning lanes. Let's transition into lightning lanes. Um, I still am a firm believer, even on a busy Saturday weekend, lightning lanes did what they're supposed to do: save you time in line. They didn't work as effectively as they obviously work on a weekday because the lightning lanes lines are longer. But for the most part, you're saving a lot. Like you rarely wait more than 10 minutes in a lightning lane. On a weekday, you're waiting less than 5. It's just a lot faster. Um, but I think lightning lanes are doing what we're supposed to do. Uh, and the only issues really that I visually have seen is Mission Breakout and Radiator Spring Racers. Those have been like the two where things are just getting kind of like backed up, I guess you could say, when it comes down to lightning lane. Uh,
hmm
but all the lightning lanes are working properly everywhere. Um,
yeah.
I
Mission
don't.
Breakout, Mission Breakout. Right now, it's like this is when like Disney needs to like adjust how many lightning lanes they can give out for that attraction. And this is where we might start seeing the lightning lanes running out faster because Mission Breakout for a really long time now has been running at reduced capacity because they're down an elevator shaft. And we don't know the reason why they're down an elevator shaft. It could be staffing, it could be a refurbishment in that particular shaft on like, maintenance and stuff like that. But it shows you just how much shutting down one elevator shaft and only having two, how that really affects the attraction operation. And then if the ride's to go down at all at any point in time, that even makes it even worse. And so what you're seeing on those days where the lightning lane for Mission Breakout goes all the way into Avengers Campus, that's a day where they have reduced capacity and the ride has gone down at some point in the day.
Yep.
So they've now got reduced capacity, a full standby queue, and a lineup of people that had lightning lanes that were due earlier when the ride was broke, and they're all just coming back at the same time. So it's like, it's this is those are the kind of outcomes of that. You're gonna see that at Indiana Jones. You're gonna see that at Mission Breakout, and and you saw that at Radiator Springs because Radiator
Yeah.
Springs goes down, they all come back at the same time.
I still love the concept of Disney Genie Plus. Uh, I have no issues waiting a little bit longer for lightning lanes on the weekend. And what do you like? You couldn't have expected the same feeling on a weekday than on a weekend. Weekends are just busier. But at the end of the day, I'm only waiting 10 minutes compared to the hour wait for whatever attraction I was trying to do. Lightning lane though for Rise of the Resistance, you're still literally walking into the BB-8 section where the Ray projection is. So that $20 that you spent is a lot of money, but you're like skipping the line. I am still hearing though, and I want to be very honest and upfront. Wait times are still amazing, amazing. Even though Haunted says 60 minutes, you do it in 35. Uh, Thunder Mountain says 40, you do it in 20. So the crowds, Disney's just controlling them. And what I'm really trying to say, lightning lanes have not had the impact like Max Pass had back in the day, where all of a sudden uh, Monsters Inc. is like over an hour and a half, which has no right to ever be that long. Like what? Uh, lightning lanes, I feel like haven't impacted standby lines here at Disneyland. Obviously, some rides are worse than others. You know, they're not all equal. But I feel like Lightning Lane hasn't impacted Incredicoaster. You could still get on a standby real quick. Toy Story Mania, honestly, wasn't that bad. Goofy Sky School's like still 20 minutes. Grizzly River Rapids has been living at 5-minute wait. That has a Lightning Lane. Nobody, you know what I mean?
We have Tiffany in the chat. She says Racers is $18 today. $18.
Get out of here. Dude. A family of 4. I just want to know what that costs, dude. 4 times 18, $72 for a family of 4. You're tripping, dude. You're tripping. I want to look at that. That's crazy, dude.
I'm looking at it right now, trying to see.
Is it really $18?
Let's check. Let's check the tech.
You know why?
$18.
That is a direct impact. That is a direct impact from this, dude. Disney they said, you know how we stopped that? Raise the price.
I just sent you a picture, Mondo.
Dude, oh my leg.
You can almost get an immediate use Lightning Lane for Racers for $18.
Oh, like there's one available like at 2:30?
$2.50, so in 30 minutes.
Wow. Dude, let me put that on the camera real quick.
Dude,
this is crazy.
It's $18 for Web Slingers.
Web Slingers 2?
18 for Web Slingers.
Dude.
I just sent it to you right now.
Look at this, Danny. Dude, that's crazy. That is crazy.
The price is hidden by my face.
I know. Hold on. Uh-oh.
You got to raise it up.
I know. I can't do it. It's like not letting.
Just make the window smaller and then drag the window
I do
up.
make it smaller. There we go. It was like it's $18. That's the best way I could do it. $18, dude. That's crazy. You know what though? They're probably just testing the market. And then it almost reminds me of the same concept of Disneyland. The best way to combat crowds is keep raising the price. Right? That's the Disney way, and they've been doing that for a while now. Last subject I want to talk about with Disney Genie Plus, Danny. I feel like Disney Genie Plus planning my day has been a complete floppers. I feel like Disney Genie Plus maybe moving the crowds, making suggestions. Go here. Hey, go here. Hey, this is this. This will be low crowded at 4 p.m. Hey, there's a food reservation here. Da-da-da-da. I feel like it hasn't done the job. In my opinion, people are just considering it Max Pass. That's it. It's just Max Pass. Max Pass with photos. But I keep saying it, the photos are just hard to do. I think if you go with the intentions of I want a lot of photos, you'll probably make a lot of worth out of that. But I think for the most part, Disney Genie Plus is just being considered a Max Pass, dude.
Yeah. People aren't using the Genie aspect of letting the day be planned and the audio tours, sprinkling those in when they get recommended them, any of that kind of stuff. It's just not really relevant to them in that moment.
Oh my Lanta. Jiminy Disney, happy holidays to Mondo, Danny, Mystery Bay, and the entire Five Fires community. Been a hard year for so many of it, but this community is a true gift. Man, dude, I'm honored for you to say something like that. Hope everyone has a great holiday. I just paid $7 for Radiator Springs per person on Thursday and didn't wait at all. Walk on. Dude, Jiminy Disney, dude, thank you, brother. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. I man, Disney Genie Plus. There's a big difference between $7 and then what was it today again?
$18.
18. Oh my god. It like hurts my heart, dude. I've said it before. I'll pay $7 any day. Like, you know, you want to splurge one of these days. You're like, you know what? I want to do Radiator Springs because that line Radiator Springs lives at 45 minutes plus. It's like Peter Pan. It's just busy. Uh, damn, dude, Jiminy Disney, thank you. We're so honored to always have you in the community, man. Your insight, and I love hanging out with you. Every time I've hung out with you, I've had such an amazing day, dude. He was part of the No Way Home team that we had out there with Rudio, Mystery Bay, Sonic, and then we had Crystal and Chris. That was such a fun night. I'm glad that you were there too, so we could just talk about all the No Way Home spoilers. Obviously, we haven't talked about any of it. We won't.
Yeah.
Um, how do you feel about Disney Genie just essentially not doing what it was intended on the full aspects of the because Danny, you know for a fact that so much data, so much mind power and teamwork went into building Disney Genie Plus, and for it to not be fully utilized, Disney has to be scratching their head.
I think it's just poor marketing information. Like the average, they did nothing to really change the guest's mind about what Disney Genie was as a product. They took away Max Pass and Fast Pass, and they put this system out with a lot of the same use cases, and a lot of obviously booking Fast Passes is now called Lightning Lanes, and so everyone just thought it was the same thing with a different name, and people weren't really looking at the fact that the Disney Genie recommendations was a big part of it, but also if they did, maybe they really just didn't like it. But the fact of the matter is that Disney Genie is an algorithm, and just like YouTube, just like Instagram or whatever else, it needs to be used a lot to get better. And so people need to start using the algorithm and seeing what the recommendations are like and telling it, no, I don't want this, no, I don't want that, so that it's better. But Disney's got to do some big legwork in 2022 to really get the message out about Genie, especially to those that are planning vacations, staying on property at the hotels. Like, this is really useful for them if they don't know anything about their day at Disneyland. Like, it could be very helpful. I don't know how much use someone, who comes as a local who's specifically coming for, like, I just want to go get soup at the Jolly Holiday and ride the Tiki Room. Like, if that's someone's, like, Genie's not going to really do much for them. But, it's not a product that was really made for them. So, but I think they need to do a better job of getting the marketing out there about Genie Plus. It's not just Fast Pass. It's also these audio tours. It's also this itinerary builder. It's also this whatever they add to it in the future. That's what they need to do. Then they need to spend the time to kind of get that message out. It's not just, hey, save time in line with Genie Plus, because like that's all they're really focusing on right now. And how is that any different than Max Pass? It's the same thing.
Same thing. I agree, Danny. It definitely needs more data. We're in the early stages of Disney Genie Plus. As far as we know, Genie Plus could just be revamped in the coming months, and it just changes. I think $20 is the breaking point. I think, Danny. I don't foresee Genie Plus being like $45 or something. I feel like at that point it's just like I'd rather just wait in line. I don't know about that. Any other topics you want to talk about Disneyland?
No, I think that's it. I think we covered the things I wanted to talk about. I'm excited to see. I'm sure you'll be one of the first ones to get the breaking news on when stuff starts to close for downtown Disney. So I'm looking forward to seeing you keep an eye on the beat of Disneyland.
Last thing, and I have to talk about it because I finally could analyze and really put my thoughts together. I'm shocked that Disney didn't want to capitalize not one bit on No Way Home Spider-Man movie debuting and Avenger Campus staying the same. The only thing that they really did was allow Doctor Strange to do meet and greets now, which is totally amazing, and I'm really thankful for that. But there was just no capitalization on No Way Home, and to me, that seems like a really big deal because uh, as a fan and even I guess you could go down the line with shareholders, it's like whoa, the amount of merch that could have been sold, right? Because Disney has the merch rights and the theme park rights. I feel like for me, it was just disappointing. But at the end of the day, it's just like keep moving forward. It is what it is. But it shows that if it's Spider-Man Sony, Disney don't care, dog. It's like that's how I interpret it, Daddy. It's like cool story, Sony, that you're about to make 250 million bucks on your movie so far. Cool story.
Yeah, their hope is that it'll bring more crowds to the Spider-Man stuff they already have in place. Um, but yeah, they don't want to probably bring. They're not going to spend money out of a parks budget to do something for a movie that's not paying them for it. So this Avengers Campus is part of I don't know what section in the park that has a specific budget. They're like, we're not going to use our park budget to build something for No Way Home because we don't want to use we have our want to use our budget for this and this. We don't want to use it for that. Whereas with everything else that's happened in Avengers Campus, it was funded by another department's marketing team. So Disney Plus marketing, the Hawkeye show, like they're the ones that paid for the actors and the new actress that came out that did the show on the top with all the other characters. Like they're paying for that. Disneyland's budget's not paying for that. Or um, you know, with the whole Eternals coming, like the studios, the Marvel Studios and the Disney Studios, their budget from and the movie has a large marketing budget. A section of that movie's marketing budget paid for those Eternals costumes, for those Eternals actors to be for however long they were going to be there in the parks. And then they'll go away and we won't see the Eternals again because Disney's land is not going to keep paying for that out of their budget. So there was no budget from Sony going to Disney parks. So
Yeah, because for them the theme park's irrelevant. The movie studio,
yeah.
like, they don't care about the theme park. They're about the movie and wherever that's gonna go. So to me, it puts the outline. I think it. What is it? The Morbius, the vampire. There's gonna be no effect to Avenger Campus with whatever that. Venom, no effect to Avengers Campus, and whatever other projects come from Sony Studios when it involves Marvel, it's just gonna have no impact with Avenger Campus. Because I just find it hard to believe that any of those movies down the line, like No Way Home, has to be one of the most hyped movies in history. Because there was just so much buildup to it with all the delays and everything that's been going on. Uh, I think Doctor Strange's multiverse, I think that's what it's called, that's going to have a huge impact on Avenger Campus.
I
Uh,
agree. I agree. Yeah.
that's where I think the changes start coming, like big changes. I think they also have the Miss Marvel. That's going to have an impact. Uh, the I think Captain Marvel, she has a movie also coming. That's going to have an impact. Uh, just anything that's related to Disney Plus and Disney Studios, those will have the impact on Avenger Campus. Other than that, Sony, nothing. It was proven this weekend.
Yeah. And I think another thing that was proven this weekend is that Spider-Man continues to be probably the most profitable franchise of Marvel like Batman is for DC, and Sony will never give it up. Sony will never give it up.
Like Spider-Man could just not be bought out, dude. It ain't gonna happen.
Disney's never gonna get that back.
And there's already talks about them continuing to, like, I think, man, yeah, it's just Sony ain't gonna give it up. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. We got a super chat from Jar Jar Bougie. Use Disney Bougie, aka GD. Plus, for the first time, and have to say it was worth it. Fun fact: anyone else notice the Thunder Pole back at Indy? This brought me some joy. Happy holidays, everyone. That is true, Jar Jar Bougie. Recently, I went with my sister to Disneyland, and the group in front of us pulled it. And I was like, shh, you know how it makes the thunder noise? I was like, what the hell? Because that pole's been missing for a while. So glad to have it back. But happy holidays to you, your friends, and your loved ones, Jar Jar Bougie. Hell yeah.
Yep. We got a super chat from Carl of Fable, who sends $10 and says, I don't really have a question. I just wanted to super chat you. What's up, Mondo and Danny? By the way, the streams with Mystery Bay are great. More live content for the Firefighters fam. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Carl. Man, we're trying.
I'm sure Mystery Bay appreciates that.
Yeah, Mystery Bay definitely. She loves doing the live streams. For her, it's a lot of fun. And I feel like she has that more calmer tone than like when I do live streams. I don't want to say like I'm a louder tone, but she's just more of that calm. She has like that good voice, you know, that like, hey guys, we're about to go to Disney California Adventure. You know, and she pronunciates way better than I do with words. But thank you, Carl. We also got another super chat from Darlene Roberts, all the way from New York. Just popped in after dinner. You're from the future. Getting ready to head back out. You're still speculating. I love it. Gonna give me a punch and a horn, please. Woo! Punch! And hit that horn for Darstar. Oh, man. I hope you have a wonderful next week, Darlene. Seriously. That's it. We're gonna save all the other conversations with Disneyland. I feel like we got the main topics of what's going on.
We got. They want you to check your Venmo, Mondo.
Oh my! I can't right now. I can. Hold on.
He was doing a little update to his phone. Had to restore it, so he's got to sign into all his apps again.
No, I gotta download everything first. Yeah, I gotta download everything first. Oh my Lanta. What? From Judy dropping a super. I gotta hit the horn. What the heck? Hold on. We got Judy with the huge super chat on the Venmo at the Cali Bay. I love the perch horn. Judy sends a super chat. She says, Merry Christmas at the Cali Bay Mondo. Thank you for giving us awesome, entertaining, and informational videos. Thank you for Sunday's fun with Speculation Sunday with Danny, just as Danny. I hope to visit Disneyland Resort sometime next year, and I'll be ready with your fantastic information. Thank you, Judy. Seriously, she sent $100 on the Venmo. I appreciate the kindness, Judy. Definitely, I can't say this enough. I'm so thankful to share our experiences and information and our opinions and thoughts with the Five Fire community. And the fact that like we can help people have a more magical, more informative, and like better trip when you guys come to the parks, that makes me so happy. I get to talk to so many people at the theme parks that literally like, they're just like, dude, I'm thankful for your videos. I came from Hawaii. I came from Nebraska. I came from Texas. I came from Arizona, Idaho. I came from up north. And because of you, we're going to Blue Bayou. Because of you, we got a reservation of this. Because of you, I got a candy cane. And like, I always, I don't want to tear up right now, but I always walk away and I'm like, that's so crazy that we're helping from the travel planning aspect with our YouTube channel. I am very, very like humbled and thankful for just being able to be in this position and help out the community. As you guys know, I'm all about the community, man. And like I'm so thankful that I know going live at 11 a.m. on a Sunday is tough, and I'm thankful that the community's here with us. That means so much, seriously. But thank you for that super chat, Judy. May you and your family have a wonderful holiday. Wonderful holiday. And I apologize for not checking the Venmo. I don't even have the app on my phone right now. I had to bring it up on the laptop.
And Judy also sent one to me, and she said, "Thank you, Merry Christmas, Danny. You deserve this because of your information, and you make great videos." So thank you, Judy.
Woo! Chris West with the super chat. Disney had a ribbon cutting for the trams in Walt Disney World. Is that true? What the hell? And the trams are back.
Is that honestly true? I feel like I hope we don't do like some crazy like thing like that here, because it's like, okay, well, why were they gone? They were gone because the park shut down. Like, it's not some new thing.
I just want to be honest. Just open them back up. We don't need no ribbon cutting. We don't need a ribbon cutting. People are just like, thank gosh, the trams are back. Like, we just want them back. We just want them back. For the trams, I do have an update. I've heard that they have been maintenance. I don't know how big the fleet is of trams, but they're doing a really good job at refurbing these trams. There is not new trams coming at all. It's the same ones that have been used forever. Those are the trams that are coming. I'm hearing like late January. So it's not like early January. I'm hearing late January. That's what I'm hearing. So that's the update with that one. We got the Dr. Birthday Boy.
Yep.
Thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. It means a lot. Fire. Push. Almost punched my phone right there.
Oh, dude, I was gonna say that was close.
Yeah. We got Jesse Ray. Me and my husband are so thankful to you guys. Meeting Mondo yesterday at Lamplight Lounge was the best thing ever. Made our day for sure. Hope you had a wonderful Disney trip and got some good drinks and food from Lamplight. We got Warren with the super chat. Woo! Happy holidays, Mondo and Danny. 5 fires. Thank you, Warren. Happy holidays to you, my friend. Happy holidays. Hope you have a wonderful next week, everyone. We're going into Christmas. How the heck is it Christmas already, Danny? How?
I know. It's weird that 2022 is here, and that's 3 years from 2019.
Unbelievable. Oh, my God. One more thing. I got one more thing, Daddy. One more thing. We're going to make it quick, but this will be a conversation next week. Nobody wants to believe this. Nobody. Does magic happen ever return to Disneyland? And I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it right there. That's a conversation for another time. But I'm just gonna leave that one right there. Let that one fizzle. Let that one get a little marination on that one, Danny. All right, Danny. Thank you for your time. Wonderful Speculation Sunday. A lot of heavy topics today. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to come out and hang out with the Five Fire community. We're so thankful and appreciative. Big thank you to all the moderators. Happy holidays, everybody. Let's get a safe and warm holiday season with our friends and family this coming week. Merry Christmas to everybody. Just in case somehow I don't say that in the near future, but let's have an awesome week. Next Speculation Sunday is going to be a great one because it's going to be after Christmas. So hopefully we all have a lot of hot cocoa and warm pajamas because it's been so cold. It's been so cold.
It should be at the regular time too.
Yeah, it'll be at a regular time. Real quick, we do got a 5-month member. What's up, Darren? You guys are fantastic. Thank you for supporting our point of view. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, Darren. We also got another 6 months membership. Henry 21. Happy holidays, Mono, Danny, Mystery Base, Sonic, and the whole Five Fire community. Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you, Danny. We are firing it down, firing it down. The Cali Bay is calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.